versus NaVi for the first time in the history of Dota all round. Let's head over to our commentary team of Lizard and Killer Pigeon.
NaVi, NaVi, NaVi. Oh wait, I just saw the draft. Maybe NaVi. Yeah, thanks, Chiefs. Okay, we are here. We're ready to get underway. And this is an interesting strategy coming out from NaVi. I think we're in agreement from what we just saw is this AA pick is a question mark in our minds.
It's interesting. It's definitely
it's a combo for the Void.
It's a combo for the Void, and it's also not so bad versus the Morphling, right? Nisha is playing that Morphling after all. It's going to be the core Morphling. So it's not so... Oh, it's mid Ancient. All right, that's going to be actually very, very interesting. So Soneko and True, they are the supports. It's mid Ancient Apparition.
Yeah, so this has been the only way I've actually been seeing this hero, in fairness.
I mean,
this
is awesome, man. I'm loving this. Let's go.
This is spicy. This is different.
No. This is not only spice.
Is it everything nice?
It's also everything nice because you are playing mid Ancient Apparition versus Dandy, right? And he loved to play that hero on mid, man. So you steal his hero and his team? What are you doing?
The ultimate spit in the face. Ark's like, you know what? Even if I lose this, I'm going to lose it and star. But, I mean, it's not a bad lane for him. In fairness, I've seen it a decent amount. Ancient Apparition mid is surprisingly decent, despite what most people think.
Well, Dandy is the one playing the draw.
Lizzie. Well, that was brave. They're going to run him down. Looks like we're already going to find our first blood. He can't TP out either, as they do have the stun available on Yapzor. Can he get across and help? No, he can't. There's your first blood.
And the worst part is Wisp also wasted his port there. I think he cancelled it in the end. And I don't know why the Bristle was left alone there, because...
well, that was our big concern at the start. We were like...
They're going to duel, though. They're going to duel from now on,
yeah,
definitely.
I think they have to, because originally, like you heard me saying, are they going to do a tri-lane with the Ancient Apparition here? That must be what they're thinking. But there's no way you leave a Bristle alone. Not in 2018. This hero can't survive on his own in that lane.
I mean, honestly, AA mid, it can work. It's obviously not very common, but that hero mid can definitely work. And then your lanes aren't perfect, but it's kind of alright, I suppose. You still have the Bristle. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Are those the highest rates we've had?
We had a 5, I think.
Yeah, I think we had a 5. But like, but at this point in the tournament, to get that kind of bet one way or the other.
Yeah, so honestly, like, Morphling does suffer from AA a lot. So if you get him in that Chrono and you use Necro's ult, the AA ult, you can definitely do... Did you see that damage?
Yeah, that's of course the power of the Chill and Touch. Nisha almost died there.
And AA isn't that bad here right now in the laning stage either.
Not in the first few levels. It's not until Nisha gets like an Aquila and gets to about level 5.
Of course, because you benefit so much more from these simple items. Wisp.
Chu getting low here.
He has
trying to make the move, but they haven't got vision.
And he has a fairy, he has a salve.
They are being starved a little bit. They're still level 1 there. And I believe the drive should be up to 2 by now. Doing a good job of actually controlling the wave. 8-3 CS. And speaking of controlling the wave,
is
that's
also around mid. If he manages to fissure Arc mid, like, he can die easily.
There it is. Arc's in trouble. Use the cold feet, but it's too late. Nisha, will he freeze? No, he won't. He gets
and
out.
Regen top as well. Oh my god.
Oh no. We see this with DDs all the time, but with a regen rune, just the perfect scenario.
That's actually so good for them right now. Plus the Wisp Bristle lane, I think that's the lane you have to win if you are NaVi, because that Bristle, perhaps it wasn't the perfect last pick, right? But if he buys that Crimson early on, then perhaps you can defend towers versus Visage. Maybe.
Possibly, but I think the big concern to highlight right now is Secret. They left Xayah alone in the bot lane. He's not suffering at all, though. He has an XP advantage over his 2 opponents already. And we already said it actually looks a lot like this Void is the win condition, clearly. And Lizzie, is he going to be able to get out? This fish is going to be there. A lot of damage done. He's out of mana. He might be out of life. Going to try and run down. Fairy Fire coming up from Chu to try to keep him up. It's going to be close. He will make his escape. Chu, he needs to buy 2 more seconds for the tether. It's going to be close, but he won't make it. They break his little heart.
Yeah, Dandy fires that one deadly arrow during the tether. Actually, if he had 1 more second there, he would have lived. Unfortunate for the Wisp player.
As a result of that, so far, CS-wise, and this is kind of the worrying part, is while Arc is harassing Nisha reasonably well, he did just have that death. On top of that, we said, once Morphin gets to about level 5, this is a lane that feels like it switches. I mean, it can go back the other way at 6, but...
Until 6, A isn't that strong. I mean, in this mid game, right, versus Morphling. In the mid game of the laning stage, that's what I mean, because the Morphling gets that Aquila that you talked about, an item or two, and then suddenly he starts hitting so hard that the AA can't really contest unless he has Chilling Touch up, so... Which he should have up all the time. This is another problem, Yapsor is here. Yeah. Another fissure block that can lead to a kill easily.
That's the thing. The Ancient Apparition is very easy to kill if you can just block him off, and there it's going to be. He's made his escape. Coldfield and Anisha, but he can waveform if he wants to. He's taking a lot of damage here, but waveform through still gets frozen up. But he did actually start to more strength, just trying to bait Arc in. Arc will live.
He actually played that really well. And Nisha, he couldn't just waveform through him because then he just turns and runs.
Yep, Nisha taking a lot of damage. Stun's going to come out. They might get him here.
There we go.
Nicely done. Snako with the rotation pays off. Yapsor did find a haste, though. Heading straight back towards top. But Blizzy, he's not as easy to kill now. Level 3 is kind of this good luck killer me point for the Bristle, right? Because you get 2 in the quills, you hurt a lot, and at the same time you have the reduction from the back.
He has the bracer as well and the Wisp healing him up, so he should be completely fine on this lane from now on. However, if they commit 3 heroes again, like, I wouldn't be surprised to see them fall.
They plan to commit on the mid lane again. Okay, you know, if at first you don't succeed, well, they did succeed, but then it failed. But, you know, back and forth,
if at first
right?
you succeed, but at second you don't, then
it must mean you're going to again.
Yeah.
It's a 50-50 success rate, surely.
That's how it works, obviously. Oh, the fissure, just for the bounty, yeah.
Yeah, they snatched them up. Looks like it's going to be 3 going the way of Secret here, and 1 for NaVi.
I'm not the biggest fan of the Visage support, but it can work definitely. Secret can play that as support, and honestly in this game, yeah, he got countered a bit by Bristle, but...
Well, that's kind of things actually as well. They kind of dangled there. I thought it might be a support in this scenario because we've seen this sort of thing from Secret before. It used to be a very decent support.
It used to be, but it's not anymore. The hero is changed, definitely, so it's still kind of fine. It can work, definitely, but it's definitely not as good as he used to be. Some changes to his cloak, to his nuke, and the Grave Chill actually made him just so much better as a core.
So more or less everything.
Yeah, more or less everything, yes.
Arc just dangling on the edge of the abyss. He needs to be careful there, actually. If he gets waveformed in, he could be shotgunned down, even with the raindrop. That's the thing. The moment he uses the cold feet, that's actually a signal for Nisha to potentially go for him. And Nisha, that's risky.
Has the region on top again.
Yeah, he wants to maximize use. Cold feet is going to be on him again. But that's what I mean by risky. Like, if he'd actually done that, and then you see a step fall from Ancient Apparition, that's one just proc, and you're dead straight away.
He could have died definitely from cold feet.
And Arc died instead. Yapsor with the rotation gets a solo kill.
Yeah, because that region was snatched by Nisha, he had to go back to the shrine. Yapsor just read the movement perfectly well and just got him.
They've kind of reached a point now where this AA pick, it's not going to be a powerhouse in the mid game, but it's more there to just stem and slow down the Morphling and hope for the best. Which means there's a lot of pressure now on Blizzy to deliver in this mid game, which sometimes we see Bristles do this. My only concern is you're against heroes that are going to build Dragon Lancers and then just run you down. With the slows as well, it's very hard for him to not be kited.
Yeah, you also have the pure damage from Enigma's Midnight Pulse, so that's going to work really well versus a tanky Bristle. So, but overall, I still like the AA. Come on, man, it's AA mid. You have to go with the AA mid.
It's different. Snako, oh dear. Getting low, he should be fine. They got rid of enough Eidolons. Crystallize trying to move in. Where's the RNG, he says? None coming just yet. And actually, he didn't get the Bloodlust buff. That's on Urga. So, all in all, so far, though, Void not farming that well. I mean, you look at this. Well, Drow did get some kills. That's the big difference. But it's a 1,000 net worth lead for the key component of Secret's draft already. And, of course, that key component will peak much quicker than the Void.
Of course. And, I mean, they still have the combination of the AA Void, but they have been slowed down quite significantly by the Shaker rotations and the fact that you are playing versus an Enigma, which is always sacking your experience.
Being that Shaker, stuns up Blizzy. Teva way too late, and he's dead. Bot lane, they're thinking about going on Zai. The Chrono gets committed. He was about to use a Black Hole midway through. Beautifully done. Cancels the TP immediately. Crystallize read that on point.
Actually, if he managed to use that Black Hole there, they could have
they would have killed them.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Because the Visage was porting in and you had so many Eidolons sitting.
Yeah, they had the Auron, especially Chu. It should be fine. But they can actually aggress this. Fish is going to come out and perfectly done. Io's trapped here. Dead as well. Dendy's on a killing spree already. The Ice Blast is coming up. This is going to do enough though. Yapsor's hit up on Blizzy's going to chase down with the Quills. I'm not sure. It's going to be close. One more should do it. No one's actually going to help out Yapsor. There we go.
They
He goes
got
Brawl. That's nice though. They need something this lane because they are being pressured pretty hard.
I thought that ulti was gonna be wasted, but actually they got the Shaker kill, which is pretty neat.
Well, I'd say right now, if you had to prioritize the support to shut down, even though there's a Visage in a Drow strat, the Shaker is still really concerning. He always is with the Echo. Of course, not the best against the Void unless you're jumping prematurely of the Chrono, because of course it's not like a Sand King pick, where you're like, ah, okay, I'll epicenter and counter this Chrono by just jumping in the center. The moment you do that, as an Earth Shaker, of course you can't do anything.
I definitely agree. I think the birds are enough from Visage this game. So yeah,
Nisha? Okay, he should be fine. He wasn't morphing back to Agi.
And there were no, like he had no mana or no reach to use the Cold Feet either, so he should just... I'm always... Cold Feet is the first spell, right? From a...
Yeah, yes, Cold Feet.
Chilling Touch is the last one, and Ice Vortex is the second.
And
of course, makes sense.
And you got the Frost Blast as all. Yeah.
Thank you for teaching.
There we go.
I learn something every game.
You teach me the complicated stuff, I do the simples, and Seneko, he's simply good at dying right now.
Yeah, that fissure block there. I mean, Yapzor is all over the place, and he's winning them this early games so well.
And this is actually... Oh, no, that's not going to happen. That's a slow blast. Maybe if he does it from his base, but then you'd be nowhere near the lane. And actually, you can already see a huge XP disparity. His Arc turn is 7 compared to the 9, and Blizzy, he's in a little bit of trouble, actually. He's gone. Silence to slow him down even more, and he goes.
Yeah, the Wisp just doesn't contribute right now as he does not have overcharge, and because of that, salve that he has was not used, as he cannot heal when he's full HP.
And that's the big concern. Is you look at their draft, I originally thought they were going to go for something like a Gyrocopter here, as opposed to the Void. And so far, the question in your mind is going to be, at least the Gyro would farm very quickly.
Yeah, Wisp Gyro, it's
he'd come online much quicker.
Good classic, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably the most powerful IO combo right now. Oh, there's Blast coming out, too late again. Nisha just waveforms it off.
They could have maybe used the Ice Blast behind the tower.
I think maybe if they had Seneko wrap around the back, that might work, because so far you're just running straight up to a Morphling in lane. And that might have worked once when he's like level 3, but now he has the means to survive. He has the means to escape. Crystallize does have the Chrono again, and he clearly wants to use it.
Seneko is coming, and this might be the bait, because they can fissure block him.
They can indeed.
If the Chrono comes,
there it is. Nah, it's off the mark.
Nope.
Oh wait, no, Sai walked in. The Chrono, no! He misses. Crystallize does get the bash. A follow-up bash. Can he do this? It's going to be close. One more tap should seal the deal. There it is, moving forward. No, actually, the debuff ran out. Didn't matter. And Yapzor's a little bit deep now. Time dilation comes out. It's been slowed down. He does have the Echo, but he can't use it because there's no creeps nearby. Puppey makes sure that his fellow support doesn't die.
Such tier 1 Dota. Ult almost misses. Chrono misses. The fissure isn't really on point. Yeah, he stuns him, but he meant to block him away from the Enigma. So many whiff spells right there.
Yeah, right now it's a little bit back and forth in terms of mistakes being made, but the gold lead is building. Secret have a 6k net worth lead of 12 minutes in.
Blizzy has that Vanguard, but that Vanguard is only going to save him right now, no one else. So.
And we said about the Midnight Pulse, and actually Zai's doing pretty damn well for himself. He is doing the worst out of all his cores, but at the same time, he's been left solo this entire time. So XP-wise, he's on point.
He definitely is, and he isn't doing... I mean, not even gold-wise he's bad. Look at him. 3.6k Void is 3.9k. He's holding on fairly well. He took that tower as well. He's pressuring them together with the Visage on the bottom lane. I believe if you are Secret, you're happy with the early game at least so far. Yeah,
this is a transitional point where Secret can start to just 5-man. And it was already kind of highlighted that NaVi, they do have this Chrono, but that's about it.
Oh,
and the jump in, looking at Blizzy, the stun control is good, Soul Assumption through, Echo's there, they'll get him. Seneko will run it off. Puppey, hit by the Cold Feet, needs to be careful actually, he's getting super low.
So that's basically your tankiest hero, just evaporated. Yeah, they did use a lot, but still.
But at least he got that Vanguard, right?
Yeah, he has the Vanguard.
Problem is, they do a decent amount of magic damage just from the Shaker alone.
This is looking really rough for NaVi.
They might just go straight for mid and try and take Arc as well.
Well, he has no way of escaping. He has to run instantly if he wants to survive this aggression.
Yeah, no, he's going to go back. Okay, this is problematic. He can't defend the tower, actually. The birds are coming. And they're already knocking on the tier 1. And it just feels like right now, Crystallize's only option is to dodge these fights. Not exactly a good thing to be doing against a Visage strat.
you know what? I wouldn't mind seeing him with Ice Vortex. Yeah, with Ice Vortex.
He's got 1 point at when matter though. Fissure tips onto him and he'll throw out the Ice Blast. Stun control in return. They should get the kill. Nisha's down. Now Blizzy, Black Hole commit on it too. The Crow don't return though. Clips only on Enigma. They'll go to work. They do at least get the tower. But now Enigma's going to fall and Puppy's going to be chased down as well. The stun control is there to get it. And actually, all things considered, NaVi will be very, very happy with that fight.
They should be super satisfied. I think if you are Nisha here, you don't initiate instantly on AA. You let the rest of them deal with him. Then perhaps you finish him off only. You can't afford to get hit by his ulti. Because his ulti plus 1 or 2 more spells and you're gone.
Nicely actually done. Oh, Chu in trouble. Yapsol's already got his Blink Dagger. This is...
Yeah, he's had it for a few minutes now, I think. So.
Yeah, he hasn't really flashed it too much so far, casually walking the most times. But the thing I wanted to highlight in regards to that is something important is... I think Carl was talking about it, is the way you watch Tier 2 versus Tier 1 teams use Shaker. Tier 1 teams make it look broken. And
yeah.
Yapsor is very fair to say Secret is a Tier 1 team.
Of course.
And he is one of the best supports in the world. And we're kind of seeing it here. Shaker just takes over this mid game on his own.
Yapsor is so strong on this hero, actually. And right there, we saw... I mean, so far, he's been doing everything right in the game. Every single rotation was on point.
They're rotating again on both sides. So in trouble, Yapsor blinks forward. Nice stunning run from Suneko, though. Blizz needs to be careful about approaching this. The cold feet's there. Yapsor... He'll get Fissure out, but can he do much else? He's going to be frozen up. Arc's going to move away, barely alive, but should be fine thanks to the Tev. And Yapsor is so damn tanky. He's still living. Crystallize's going to move in. Talent Dilation's going to come out. But Nisha will be fine, and Blizzy's still chasing. He sees the opportunity with Zai, but the birds are suing. They want to actually go on top of him. The stun's going to be there. Zai should be fine here. Yapsor does fall in the meantime. But now they can actually control up Blizzy. They might try and turn this around, but Crystallize is arriving. They jump across. A little bit of void-on-void action. Not going to occur here. Zai, they're still going, they want this. Blizzy's so damn tanky, he can get it. Especially with the regen coming out from the mana. And Chu's down on the side. Blizzy needs to get out now. Crystallize does not have a chrono. He's going to throw himself in front of for the moment and use the time walk away.
Actually, he saved Blizzy with that movement.
He did.
Because he baited them to go on him, and because of that, Blizzy was able to move out. So
they want to go again. They got the chrono in 10 seconds time. Crystallize making a move. What's the target they want? Puppy, they shouldn't need a chrono for this. Blizzy on the move. Time dilation's there. Ice Blast is going to connect. And Puppy's in a little bit of trouble. Birds can buy him a little bit of time, but they don't want to help him. Not with the chrono on the line. Or do they? They come on the back foot. Blizz is getting low. Echo on the back foot. It's good. Stun control is there. The Gust as well. They're going to get crystallized. Double kill for Nisha. And that was perfectly executed by Secret. Most teams wouldn't have attempted that. Not with the chrono still available. But they stack, they go in, and that's once again the showing of this quick blink timing and all the work is putting in.
yeah, the amount of work that Yapsor is doing right now is just insane. And as you said, Tier 1 Shaker just helps his team so much in every single situation. It's just... The hero looks broken. Then yesterday when we saw Shaker, he lost 5 out of 5 games. Something like that. But it wasn't Yapsor Shaker.
It most definitely wasn't. And he's, you know, all those teams that were playing the other day, just get your notepads out, take some notes. Yapsor's here to teach. Apparently part of the key to it is farming creeps in the jungle.
I mean, he has no mana right now. He's going to go
he can't really do
up.
anything.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if this is actually an Ags rush game, or do you go Shadow Play? I wouldn't mind Ags being rushed here, just the mobility alone against this type of lineup, because they're going to try and dodge you out, right? They're going to try and use the IO to move quicker, and they're going to use the Time Walk to dodge you every turn.
Shadow Blade isn't bad. Axe is also fine. With that Shadow Blade, perhaps you can wrap around, find a Wisp, jump on him.
Yeah, get the snipe out straight away, or even Crystallize. Because even with the Wisp right now, the only way he saves is if he managed to relocate you out.
Oh, they're gonna clash.
They
Crystallize.
are. Crystallize does have the chrono. The pings come out, they know what's going on, but Secret back away. They know it's a little bit too bold to do this, especially with the AA plus the chrono.
Yeah, you have to be always careful because of that AA plus chrono ulti. It's two ultimates that can win you every single team fight until you have BKBs, basically. And even with the BKBs, if you get chronoed on time, like, you can fall. So it's not really the easiest void. It's not really the easiest morphling game by any stretch. Like, he's gonna have to be very careful about his positioning.
His life is pretty insufferable, and even for the Drow, not exactly a very tanky hero. If you get caught in a chrono, you're probably dead.
Yeah, both of them can die.
Because that's the thing, it's like most people think, you're an armor hero, you'll be fine as the game goes on, but the problem is, of course, the bash damage alone coming out from the Void is quite high.
Well, they do have this Crimson, so with that Crimson, perhaps you can take some favorable fights. So far it's been rough, but they were able to snatch a kill here and there. So with that Crimson, perhaps the whole team fights can go in their favor.
NaVi are doing surprisingly well. Despite being 11k behind, this is not looking as grim as it should, because what they've done is they basically accepted Arc was thrown under the bus. I think that pick alone was always, okay, we're just sticking him there to slow down the Morphling and give a combo for the Void layer. So while it is an 11k net worth lead, you have to keep in mind a big chunk of that is because Arc is not even competing, really.
He's going for Midas, though. So
catch up.
Yeah,
well,
catch
you
up
are
Midas.
target late game, in fairness. And Blizzy, all things considered, is doing pretty well.
Yeah.
Actually, he is. Has 2k gold now. He's going for that Radiance. I like it versus the Visage Birds, but overall, it's not really the... I don't know. My favorite choice in this current game. I think he still needs to tank up. I think she was really nice as well.
I think he's feeling that he's okay because he has the IO. And while you could, with the IO in conjunction with that, make him a tank god that can't be killed, the problem would be that your Void would be killable at all times.
That's true. If that Agon was... Oh!
Zai's been found. Ice Blast is on point. They'll be running him down, and he should fall. Nice little pick off. He has been pushing aggressively in the bot lane for the last 2 minutes,
Yeah,
so something had to happen.
He's been abusing their jungle so much, just farming everything, and there's an enemy hero all alone farming your jungle. Something's wrong, and that's an enigma. Like, he's not super mobile right now.
It's true, right? Secret trying to take this tier 1 top. NaVi are rotating a few heroes because once you do take that tier 1, it becomes even easier just to assault the Roche pit, because if NaVi do TP in on the shrine, it's going to be long TPs. And it doesn't take Secret very long to do a Roche at this stage.
Well, both of these teams can do it fairly easily. Secret definitely does it a bit faster. But NaVi, they do have Bristleback to tank it and lower the armor, so it's alright.
And of course, both teams have good ways of defending that Roche. You've got the Shaker on one side, you've got the Chrono plus the Ice Blast on the other.
What do you think about the Wisp? He's so spoiled this game, man. Just look at him. He can basically give Aghanim's to everyone. Any hero can benefit from his axe.
And that's the good thing, because especially with the Void.
Who do you pick? Yeah,
Void's priority, right? Because the lower cooldown on the Chrono is great here.
Yeah, you have to do it properly, though, so that you're tethered when he's chronoing.
That's the problem, because of course, if he uses the time walk forward, good luck staying next to him. At the same time, the bristle's not bad, but the nasal goo isn't. In this game against these opponents, it's very good. It's just the amount of time you'd have to stay tethered to him is not optimal if you want to give away the bonus. They're on Chrono in the bot lane. Found Zai again. Yapsil's going to interrupt with the fissure. Nice block out, actually. Echo! Turnarounds there with the stomp as well. I was going to fall, and Crystallize needs to move away. Shadow Helmet to hide. The Ice Blast is coming in. It was a time walk to get down to the low ground, and it will just run away. And that's a Chrono use. They're going to move forward. There it is. Sun's coming out. They see him, though. They're going to run him down, and he dies. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Blizzy going to work. Puppy's pretty tanky, though, with those layers. Need to be careful about committing too hard here. Yapsor is ready to just interrupt this fight with a fissure. The birds are coming out. Dendy's rotating with the Shadow Blade. There it is. They've cut off the bristle. He's alone now. The Gust, they push him past it. Crimson Guard activated. Cold Feet's coming out. Yapsor trying to move away from this. Ogre on the side should fall to Dendy, though. It looks like Bristle will manage to make this escape. Seneko will not be so lucky. He'll turn around the Fire Blast for a moment, but Nisha will just shotgun across, and they say that's Roche.
And now Roche, why not?
All they've got is an Ice Blast. They don't care.
I mean, Ice Blast can be pretty strong here, but...
There's no quick spike, though. It's not... The Bristle's like, I'll walk in with Quills. Okay, we'll just walk away. We'll stun you up, we'll move away. It's not like you're jumping in with a Chrono. There it is. Aegis Venetia. He's going for the Scardy next, so he just wants to make sure they've got good control onto that Bristle and onto that Void. Like we said before, NaVi have taken these movement speed buffers, so they're going to look to dodge out Secret a lot where they can.
I mean, NaVi is in so much trouble right now.
They are.
It's very hard for them to fight anywhere. Yapzor, man, that's why it's hard, honestly. Like, that guy is always on point. Anticipates basically where the Chrono is gonna happen, uses the fissure to block out the Void, then uses the Echo to kill both of them, basically. So, Wisp and the Void, so it's just...
And the Void himself has been focusing on this Enigma for a good reason, because Zai almost has that blink, and that's when he's going to get aggressive with his ultimate. At which stage, when you're defending high ground as NaVi, you are very susceptible to getting 2 3-man Black Hold.
They're gonna continue pushing. There's nothing to stop them right now.
I think the catch here is that NaVi has layers to the combo, but it's reliant on one layer succeeding for the others to work. Whereas Secret have layers to their combos, but if one fails, the other one takes over, right? If the Black Hole gets interrupted, you've got the Echo Slam. If the Echo Slam gets interrupted, the Gust resets the fight.
They have layers upon layers upon layers, definitely. And on NaVi, if you're going in, you have to commit. You have to use that chrono, and that's it, right? After that, follow up with the AA. You don't really have a reset. Wisp used to be a good one, but not any longer. You can't really relocate anywhere from the fight. You can only relocate into the fight.
Yeah, we talked about this before. Is like typically we see IO now used aggressively. It's not this defensive save type anymore. Like it is in terms of reducing damage, but not, I'm gonna get you out of dodge, son. Don't worry how deep you are. And Snake wasn't even that deep. He gets punished though.
He did go off of his high ground.
That is true. That's deep right now.
For Secret, that's deep already.
You know, if it's going beyond the tier 2 warding spots, then actually you're basically drowning at this stage. As a result, you lose your last out of town. They'll look to push in. You don't even have your buffer here, but you do have your chrono. Crystallized with the Shadow Blade, moves up to the high ground though. They're going to dangle Blizzy. The best thing they can hope for is Secret overcommitting onto the Bristle, but I mean, this is not 2012. This isn't, oh, Bristle's a very tanky hero. I didn't realize that until we got 5-man white.
It's still so funny that Bristle used to work like that, right? Everyone would commit and still die. It's like
it just shows you how far we've come from being quite dopey to very smart.
The hero has been changed a little bit here and there as well, but it's mostly the players, definitely.
I mean, that's the other thing. That's why we don't typically see things like the Void into a Sand King and AA, these type of heroes anymore, because it's a complicated combo, and usually the gains you get out of it is maybe 1 or 2 kills, maximum. It's very rare you get this 5-man
It's not
Chrono.
a bad combo still, but it is difficult.
Oh. Slide's going to work. Chrono's going to come out. This time he's found Enigma. The Ice Blast's going to be there, and he will definitely be full. That's a good pick, because now it's very hard for Secret to approach high ground for 45 seconds. Problem is, Chrono has a much longer cooldown than that.
It is a kill for Ancient Apparition, actually, not for Void, which I would rather see the kills go to Void, but it's fine.
In fairness, he's so far behind, he got a crap ton of gold out of it, though.
Yeah. And Blizzy goes for that Relic, gonna have the Radiance as well. Not too shabby, actually, not too bad, but...
Yeah, you can already see it from Secret. They know that this Aegis, they'll look for a pick-off, but it's probably going to be a farm in Aegis. And Arc, he's being farmed, actually. So there you go, farm in Aegis. No escape from this, stunned up on the spot, he should fall. And actually, Seneko shouldn't even be here, but they're relocating in. Blizzy wants to fight. And actually, the TP in coming out from the Void as well. The Absol did get hit by the cold feet. There's the Yoko, though. They'll land it, and now in trouble. Void's going to fall. This try and activate too late, and Seneca's going to go down. As Io, he just left the Bristle behind. Blizzy, he might be tanky, but not that tanky. Not with the break there. And Dendi going for this Silver Edge has paid off so much.
Soneko smokes up just to run away. Run, little ogre, run! Is he gonna...
He'll be fine. He'll be fine. The problem is the high ground won't be fine. They're going to at least take one lane out of this. And the other big thing is Enigma's back and he has Black Hole, so you can't overcommit. I think that's part of the reason Io left, but probably should have taken Blizzy with him.
I mean...
He just ditched him. He's just full on bailed and was like, nope, don't know you.
I think if you're NaVi, you just bail from this game right now as 5. That's what's happening.
You got one lane left.
Yeah, they've got one lane left. You have the Void, you have the Chrono, you have the AA ulti, but it's not easy. It's not like Secret is gonna be on 1 point and gonna all get wrecked by that combination.
No, Mr. Negativity, okay? They got one shot, one opportunity, one big Chrono. Because in fairness, while they are 25k behind, one big Chrono with this much money on the line could actually put them back in the game. It'd be very hard.
Papi has a pipe. So.
Oh, in that case, we're done.
Yeah, it's very hard.
It is. Actually, Poppy's halfway to an Ags already. And you just look at the net worth. Shaker's competing with the Void in terms of gold now.
Yeah, so far they weren't really able to use the items that they've bought in these team fights because they would just get picked out, and then like it doesn't matter. Like this use as well, I don't get it. It doesn't really help you that much, does it?
It's very aggressive, but you stopped going for this 5-man aggression a few minutes back.
What you like the Yules, you can set it up in chilling in
Crystallize.
Feet, but
he wants a Chrono on a free. He's got it. The Ice Blast is going to come in as well. This might be good enough. The Gust through. He needs to actually fight quicker than this though. Yapso's ready. The Black Hole coming out. Catching on a free. Interrupting the Yules though. Arc makes the move. Yapso jumping even deeper. He wants this. He's going to go for the stance. Blizzy's already down. Arc's going to be chased. He will fall. Double kill for Nietzsche on the side. Chu is going to be the next to fall in the tree line. Or is it? No, Crystallize goes down and GG gets called. That was the one last hurrah, the one hope, the one chance in hell. But in the end, turns out Drow's win rate continues to increase, and usually if there's a Drow, you probably want to ban the Visage.
Yeah, I mean this was this was also a support Visage, so it's not like he did a whole lot, right?
Or
It's
he
not-
eventually did.
Eventually he did, but it's not like they stomped the lanes. Like some games with Visage, we've seen them end in like 15 minutes because Visage wins his lane or just does decently well and then goes from one tower to the other and just dominates, stomps. I think this is basically not just Visage, but all 3 lanes. All 3 lanes were won.
They were.
The
like,
Drow had a good game. The Morphling, like, he was alright. And the same was with Enigma. Like, Enigma wasn't suffering either, right?
I mean, that's the thing. Blizzy kind of had a back and forth, right? He got some kills, but Drow was always getting better because Drow wasn't dying and was occasionally getting kills and was always hitting creeps.
even if she struggled, even if Dandy struggled, I think they still take the game easily.
But you know what? These are best of 3s, all right? NaVi is not out of it yet. Maybe the idea would be to be a bit more responsible with your bans. Maybe don't reveal the whole draft at the start because they've definitely done that. That was a clear, I'm going to buff one hero. But you know what? There's more people. You were there with them before. You know they've got insights. They want to share. They're kind of rearing. They're biting at the bullet. Let's go down to the panel and see what they think.
Place your bets at gg.bet. Most popular esports titles. Deposit with convenient payment options. Cool mini games. And 24/7 support for players. Sign up now for the best esports bets at gg.bet.
Virtus Pro are joining the Brawl. For the first time in this season, the full roster of Bears will be playing against Team Spirit at the Maincast Autumn Brawl, live on the Dota 2 MC Twitch channel.
We said it was going to be a difficult game for NaVi going into this series. It was very difficult indeed. Too difficult for them to be able to pull off a win or to even get ahead to be considered for a win here because Secret was very dominant that game. Secret, of course, with Denny as a stand-in here. With me, we got Gods, we got Fogged, we got Kyle, and we also have a patch.
We do.
So we're going to talk about that too, but I first want to just talk about this game. We knew it was going to be tough for them, and I wanted to just hear you guys' thoughts about how you felt it went. It wasn't sub 20 minutes, Kyle.
That's true.
That's true.
That's the start.
It also wasn't core visits though, so that you can't end 20 minutes. Well, you can, but it's
If it was core Visage, it would have been faster. But I mean, it's just cool. You know, I'm excited for this series still. I think it's probably a Valve employee or 3 watching this back at the office. They see the way game 1's going, and they were gonna save the patch till after this tournament. They're like, shit, we gotta do something about this. You know, this isn't the NFL, or the NBA. You can't just call fake penalties. You gotta hit the patch button, try and save the day, because Lord knows NaVi needs some assistance. A lot of it.
I think we saw yesterday some, lots of situations where the drafts were just very bizarre.
You can't
for
win
us.
that game.
And in that game, they have no wave clear versus a draw strat, but they also have no way to take buildings if they do win a fight. So it was to the point where I think they only, Secret lost 1 tower. I think they lost their top tower, I believe.
Yeah. This fight right here, they win, right? You didn't even waste the black hole, but literally nothing happened after this for NaVi.
They have to back up and just farm.
Nothing.
Because they can't actually make anything else happen off of these kills.
It's a 3-for-1, but it does not influence the map whatsoever. It's just...
what's kind of crazy about that too is like we're in this meta now where it's first pick drow. It's not like this 9th, 10th pick drow like, gotcha guys, you're just being drowed. It's, hey, we're gonna drow you.
Yeah.
Here's a first pick drow. Pick 5 heroes to counter it. And they didn't really. At least they like did some hero counters in a sense, like the Eye of Bristle to run at him.
I don't think
AA to counter Morphling, but they never really countered like the core of what a drow does.
Yeah, they didn't counter drow at all. I don't see a single drow counter in that lineup. Bristle doesn't count. He goes Shadowblade nowadays. Then you have a Silver Edge, and all of a sudden, like we see in, I think probably the first or second fight after this one, where he just dies in the duration of a Silver Edge because he's a Bristleback.
Yep. He's getting Gust talent, just pushing the Bristle miles away too. Like you're not getting close to.
That's also the AA has a Midas. The Bristleback's going Radiance. Like what game did they think they were playing?
I think they were. I think
Look at
that patch
Look at
just
that.
to remind them, this is, we're not playing 6.21 where everyone farms and gets Midases. That patch is gone.
Yeah. I mean, the biggest things for me is just, Wyvern was left in the pool, right, the whole time?
Yes.
And it's like you see a first pick drow, like you want to have wave clear. It's also just incredibly good versus the aura. You can kill people easily with the curse. Like I wanted some wave clear. I really did, and it was an open drow when they didn't. spawn with any.
You beat drow. You abuse lanes if you can. You need wave clear, and then you need either reach to get on top of the drow, a la PA, or he's PL Brood are banned from Navi, so they don't have the real hard counters, and they go for a last big bristle instead of something like a tinker.
I mean, they were stumped. That first, I'm like 90% sure they want to drow themselves.
I'm sure they did.
They're banning PL Brood. Their whole game plan, I think, for game 1 at least, was let's first 2 drow. And suddenly Secret took it from them.
But if you're planning on playing drow, then you also know what's strong against it, and you know that you can't just play against a drow without any type of wave clear.
I think that's true to a certain extent, especially like in these like longer, more drawn-out LAN tournaments, and for like the tier 1 teams, that's often the case. And I think Navi, new roster, playing with a stand-in, that's just not so much the case for this team right now. Just because they're a team that's going to pick drow, they don't really show. They show here, they just don't know how to beat it either.
On the right,
and then look at Dendy. By the way, this whole game, Dendy had the absolute perfect game.
I don't think he died all
He
game.
didn't. Yeah, he had literally just freedom. Yapsor just ran around, made plays all over the place, while Dendy got like perfect last hits top. They had, I looked at the, I think pre-10 minutes, everybody, all the cores on the side of Secret had like 20 plus denies. They crushed lanes, and they have a draw shot after they crush lanes.
I don't even see the synergy in the Navi lineup. Void Bristle.
They only have the AA for the Chrono. They only have AA ult. They don't have big team fight for the Chrono either.
And AA as a core, you don't increase your ability to deal with help with Chrono as a core. Like you're not auto attacking, you're just casting more of your spells. You can do that as a 5, you can do this as a 4.
It's okay.
Hey, there's a patch.
There's a patch.
Mid-series.
Mid-series patch.
Mid-series.
Wow, that's almost disgraceful.
So the patch
Releasing a patch mid-series, like, come on.
The patch is not super big. And we obviously read it, and maybe some people at home, hopefully, you guys were watching the series, so you haven't had time to read the patch. So we're going to inform you about what the patch actually is, not point by point, because that might be a little bit too dull. You can read it yourself fully, but I just want to talk about the impact, because one of the biggest things, one of the heroes that got impacted most is Ricky.
Ricky's dead before he got picked.
Oh, this series is totally different now, Sheev.
Every ability he has got literally nerfed. Like
and his talents.
And
everything got nerfed about the hero.
Competitive Dota will never be the same.
No, ruined. Navi finally have a chance. No, seriously. What is with that Ricky hammer? There's literally the massivest hammer that I've ever seen in a Dota patch.
He has really high win rate across all pubs right now, right? And all of like Herald to even Immortal. Like it just has like a 50-something percent, 50+% win rate. So I guess in pubs he did need something.
To play against as well. Like it just sucks to play against a Riki, especially if you're in like a low tier game. Let's say a support loses a gem or no one buys a gem. Like you just feel miserable. All of a sudden Riki's just killing everybody. There really isn't much. The thing like, that's why I feel like illusions are always good. Terrorblade, Brood, PL, Brood obviously is illusions, but there's no item you can buy to clear illusions effectively. So it's a mechanic that's always going to be strong. Invisibility is somewhat similar because, especially in a pub, sentries have been buffed, but late game,
in pubs,
you don't have room for
you're not playing together as a team, so you have to buy like twice as many sentries as you see in competitive Dota. Like whenever you play support in the pub, it just feels like it's not even like I'm wasting money. It's like you have to because your team wants to play like all over the map, like individual players.
Then my question still stands though, because we have had heroes that have been strong before and that have been good before, and then then the patch comes around, they get nerfed a little bit. One of their abilities gets changed or maybe even reworked. But literally every ability. Was it necessary to nerf every ability?
Yeah, Duteki's next.
Duteki's next. I totally agree with that one.
Yeah.
All right, other change. We had a change on the Weaver. Because Weaver is obviously picked.
60 to 70 mana cost. I think good little nerf.
Shikushi mana cost reduced.
It was a bit
increased.
It was a bit ridiculous because you don't really need boots on the hero, so you're just getting a really early stick, you're getting an early Aquila, and then you just it's easy to last hit with, easy to harass. Like it should be more. It's like not even a decision as Weaver to Sikuchi for a last hit right now. If that has to be punished a little bit more, I think. And I like that change. I think the Ursa changed in a similar regard, like making the Fury Swipe duration scale instead of 20 at every level. It's now no longer just like an auto win to just beat the enemy you're up against as if it's melee. And it forces you to think about skilling differently as well. It makes Fury Swipe's not just a 1-point wonder. So I like it.
Yep.
What's your most standout change, Fogged?
So most standout one. I mean, I just looked at the Ricky ones and I got really sad, honestly. When was the last time we even saw competitive Ricky? Did we see? We saw one at TI.
I've seen one or two in some of these online tournaments, and they're all losing. Ricky's a garbage hero.
I saw Ricky. It was Miracle who played it at TI and went the Battle Fury one. That was the one that I saw where it was like, oh my god, Ricky just owned that game. But now it's like now he's just dead.
I've seen Team Spirit, who's coming up in the next series. Oliver Skidder was playing some carry Ricky and some of these tournaments, but he was losing. Like it's actually just a terrible hero, and now it's unplayable. I mean, it already was pretty hard to play, but such is life.
Silencer got nerfed. Well, level 1 got nerfed on the.
That last word damage was pretty absurd.
What did it get ticked down to?
Vision 2, which is crazy.
It's now what? It was 150
now to 75.
Yeah, it started at
120
120.
Oh, now it's 75.
It used to be 150.
It was 150 for a while, yeah.
I think maybe it was the one I had it up.
That is.
At the moment,
it
it's
was
150 at level
120,
2.
Yes.
But it was 120, 180, and now it's 75.
All these silencers just skipped their orb and just started getting curse and last word for the damage in lane, and it's pretty absurd, so makes sense.
Pretty good. Let's other supports actually maybe start rising back up too, because we've seen, I mean, a lot of them just die off, right? Like Warlock died.
Silencer is one of those heroes when it's too strong, it like shuts down a lot of other heroes that you no longer want to play. So
it ruins majority of offlaners games. You just don't want to you can't even play too aggressive because you're like, oh, I have this curse on me now. I can't cast spells for a while. So yeah, definitely needed for Silencer.
And if we're thinking about what impact it will have on our matches that we are going to see today, and mostly the game that we're gonna see right now, NaVi versus Secret game 2. You're saying Secret is going to be maybe thrown a little bit off guard. I don't think, these changes, even though some of them are needed, I don't feel like it's going to change anything for us today.
No, they weren't that massive.
Yeah, and there was a Drow and Shaker in that game. Both heroes got small nerfs, -1 armor on Shaker. Drow has 5 less agi from his ultimate, but it doesn't change the heroes and how, that game doesn't look different if Dandy has 5 less agi on his ultimate. So ultimately, that draft is still good with or without this change.
Yeah, and Shaker is, still a beast.
In the right
Definitely,
hands.
in the right hands. I mean, we said it right before the game happened that we're probably going to see a Shaker just dominate today, and right there, YapzOr played perfect.
I'm astounded.
Why are you astounded?
Because that was just such a strange thing to witness. I'm so excited for this series. I still I kind of am, but I feel like I'm. Yeah, you guys watched the Mayweather McGregor fight? Remember that?
Yep.
You were super excited, and it's just really disappointing. And exactly what you expected happened.
It just fell short. That's straightforward.
I'm just you. How are you not immediately ready for draft first pick? You banned PL Brute. You're not ready for the draft first pick. Unless Ogre was the plan, which I refuse to believe that was the plan. Wyvern's in the pool.
Wyvern, that was the biggest thing for me. Just Wyvern's in the pool the whole time.
The hard counter to it, It's and it's not secret save or not secretive knowledge. This. Everyone knows this. It's Dota mechanics. See, Sheaves, you could have drafted.
I definitely wouldn't have been able to.
You could have. I would have put more stock into your draft.
Jesus. Well, at least they got another game.
That's
the thing, is they've got another game.
That's true.
Yep.
And weren't we having a conversation yesterday where we talked about the difference between tier 1 teams are the teams that have a chance of winning at LAN, tier 2 teams are the teams that make it to LAN but don't normally win, and the tier 3 teams are the teams that don't make it to LAN? We're here but with a tier 1 team and a tier 3 team in that scenario, right? There should be a difference.
NaVi made it to LAN. They made it to Dream League.
Yeah, but that's not the major. That's what I mean.
Okay.
Make it to major. I should have said major rather than LAN. But that makes...
Didn't they make it to ESL too? They got invited.
That's how NaVi gets to look.
That's still not a major.
Hey?
Still not a major.
Well, I think the big thing for me too is that NaVi they don't even have their roster for this game.
No,
right?
but they do have their drafter. And this game did get decided mostly by draft. But you've got Puppy drafting against Soneko, and there is just a tier, maybe 2-tier difference between the two.
It's just, I just want to see NaVi they didn't have a chance in this game, and the reason for that is we talk about wave clear, we talk about tower push, but this all can be sort of simplified with the idea that it's a choice. More choices for your team and for your players with what they want to do with their time, right? There's 3 resources in Dota. There's time, gold, experience. Theoretically, map control as well, you know, killing towers, but it's hard to sort of quantify how important map control or like positioning is, right? But as the time goes on, you want to use your gold and your time, like, to do things on the map. And if all you can do is slowly auto-attack creep waves or land a kill here or there, it's so much harder to play the game. Whereas Secret's heroes, like, they can go farm Ancients. They're Drow Visage. They can farm Ancients in like 12 minutes.
They also have the lineup that we were saying that Navi needs to make it late, and then we all, like, when we were like, yeah, you know, they probably need to make it late to have a chance in this one. Then we went upstairs and like, I don't even think they win late. They're versus like Enigma, Visage, who's farming like crazy too. Like,
it's just, as time goes on, they're losing the game because they can't farm as much as Secret.
You know what? They messed up.
they did.
Yeah,
They
They definitely did. That's really what it was.
Oh, sorry,
Yes.
you're right. You're right. So they
Look
need
forward.
is choices. They need choices, Sheaves, just like we need in America. Instead of just 2, you want to have a large number,
Okay.
so that you can make better decisions. I don't know. I'm lost.
Navi knows they messed up. They're looking for the second game, and they're gonna improve. They know what Secret did. They know what Secret did well. They know, like, they're professional players. They know they messed up, and they know where it went wrong.
For sure.
So they're gonna fix it. They're gonna change their draft. They're gonna switch it up. The question is how.
I think they're bans. I think that's the first start for me. Like, sure, like IO Ogre opening. I think in some situations it can work. It was versus the Drow, which that's one of the harder ones to
and
set up.
maybe this
but
was-
they're banned. Yeah, they banned PL, they banned Brood, they banned these heroes that just are not really your natural first 3 bans.
2 of your 3 bans end up being bans in Secret's favor. Like Secret ended up with 5 first stage bans. Is how I look at that. It's just crazy to think of.
Exactly.
5 of those 6 bans help Secret because they first pick a Drow, and like that right there changes the entire outcome of the game. So yeah, changing your first bans, going for more standard straight up game. Just I think try and stay away from these kind of cheese things.
Will that even happen though? Because like I'm not gonna lie, that seemed like the same Navi. They threw out the old squad. That was the exact same thing we saw from them last season. Like the same kind of concept.
No,
They have
had
moments of
better
brilliance.
draft.
It's, I mean, I think like a lot of these kind of lower tier teams, all these teams have moments where they suddenly look really good for a small period of time. They just lack the consistency. You know, Navi at some tournaments were suddenly, you know, they qualified for a couple minors and majors here and there. They did really well at the GSC when they beat Fnatic. Like they had times where they were a top tier team last season. It just was only for maybe 2 out of the 11 months.
This could have been one of those things that they had thought out. They worked it out on paper how this should and could work. And then they tried it for the first time right here, and it didn't work. So now they're going back to what they know is tried and tested. This was just, you know.
Banning Drow's tried and tested. I looked it up after the game. 145 games
Hey,
since.
I have not seen you be this harsh when Puppy doesn't. Puppy is notorious
those drafts.
for drafting heroes or letting heroes
Yeah.
in the pool that are super
And if
popular. And it's like,
I-
hey, let's see how we do against this. And then they get trashed. But you're not as harsh on him when he does it.
I'm not on panel. I would be. It would be. You give away, as you said, you give the enemy team 5 bans and give them the highest win rate in Dota 2 professional games since January of this year. 145 games, nearly 64% win. That's insane. And it's been first two'd for pretty much the entire year.
And it's easy to play.
It's so easy.
IO is hard to play. That's the one thing, especially if you don't have your full roster. You have to have a coordination. You have to have a set idea
Yeah.
to be able to play it. And also, I've actually only seen IO really played with Gyro, and they didn't pick it, right?
Yeah.
So that was like that
because
was
of
a
but that might have been because of the morphling. They just weren't anticipating that Secret would be able to respond to their draft. I don't
You just
know.
look like Kyle.
What? Well, I didn't do anything. You can't even keep a straight face. This is
I just know for Pudge. That's
same.
me.
I don't know. What was there anything? Like, there were no buffs in this patch, right?
No,
That's
it's
in the last
It
few
was
patches.
just nerfs.
It's,
You know what?
the new meta of Ice Frog patches is a lot of nerfs and not many
I
buffs.
feel it's just temporary stuff. It's
Yeah.
like, well, we need to have something now. We'll just wait for the big patch for. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
There's certainly a bit of power creep. Like Dota's had a lot of power creep over the last. That's like a balancing term, just mean like everything's getting stronger, right? And it becomes
that
very
used
difficult.
to be how the game was balanced.
Yeah.
If stuff was OP, it was buff everything else or buff the stuff that counters it rather than
Yeah.
nerfing that hero.
We're just getting to a point like where there are certain things that are too strong. Like I think Scoochie is like a good example when you think about the mana cost, the cooldown, the damage, the utility, like the importance of lanes. Like I really look for and I've been saying this for like a year and a half now. It feels, but the deny mechanic is the biggest thing holding back innovation in the current Dota that we play.
The mechanic of creeps.
You get 25% XP when a creep is denied in front of you, and the hero that denies it, that team gets 25% XP as well. It used to be 66% to melee heroes, 50% to ranged heroes, so 2/3 or 1/2. Now it's 1/4 experience that you receive, and it just ensures you will have dual lanes in the off lane. You cannot sack a lane. You cannot go back to this traditional off lane.
We had a trial in that game. Just saying.
Yeah, but
I don't think
forced.
it's strictly said you have to have dual lanes, but majority of the time you do.
Let me rephrase. You can't.
Heroes like Enigma and Lich can change it. Like you have Enigma who can control the lane and play a 1v2.
I think a hero like Shaker also changes that, right? The hero doesn't sit in lanes. I actually saw Secret do this in Singapore too. They picked a tri lane with Shaker and then they just kind of break away from it pretty quickly.
Yeah, should have rephrased. It's not. It's more that you don't have like. If there's a tri lane, usually people are gonna fight it. You're not gonna just sack a hero in the off lane against 2 or 3 heroes all by his lonesome.
Goes back to the ease of execution. Dual lanes and the side lanes is the easiest, most safe way to play Dota. If you're doing a tri lane, it's very volatile, high risk. It's something a team like Secret can pull off, but all these other tier 2 teams, if they're doing tri lanes, they're probably losing with it.
It also means that maybe a roamer position is no longer as popular as it used to because you're kind of stuck on lane.
Yep. Well, it's more that if your roaming doesn't influence the lanes, then it's bad. So you can't exclusively roam because you're not able to actually affect the number of denies in that lane.
You don't have an experience mechanic for yourself either as a roamer. It's like if you don't get these kills, you're getting nothing, or you're sapping from someone else that you're going to. And you don't, like bounties at some point when we saw a lot of roaming, that's when they were giving experience. Also when we saw more roaming, you could actually pull creeps and actually it'd be worth it. Pulling and doing the pulls is just not really that great anymore because the neutrals have been demolished.
Yeah. I remember when, as a safe lane support, I could play stuff like Leshrac, and I could pull. I could double pull, and I could farm the pulls, whereas now the incentive to pull is actually to just deny your own creeps. Often you'll get more XP from denying your own creeps at an easy camp than from the actual easy camp itself. And yeah, anyway, that's that.
Drafts up.
They came back fresh.
Yes.
They put that first game behind us, and they have still not banned out Drow Ranger. And they do have a second pick again for NaVi, first pick Secret. Ooh. And Drow Ranger is still in the pool.
I swear.
They read the patch notes, Kyle. You know, it's like Drow's nerfed.
Yeah, Drow's nerfed.
I mean, what did they nerf? What did they
broken here.
Nerf 5 agi on marksmanship.
Yeah.
At all levels.
Yeah.
So it's went from, I think, it's 50 to 45 at level 1?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then level 3 was like 80 to 75.
I think that's, that sounds right. Or 40 to 35?
It was 40.
40 to 35.
Yeah, 40 to 35.
So it's 40, or sorry, so it's like 35, 75, 115?
No. 35, 55, 75.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say 150.
Yes, 35, 55, 75. Yeah. Instead of 40, 60, 80.
Not
it's not
enough.
They got Drow, first pick. But now they can go Wyvern, right?
That's the thing. I don't mind this if you're going to make the adjustment into picking a Wyvern.
As long as you can make the adjustment, you have ways to deal with it.
The other team been picking a ton of Drow right now in a lot of games has been NIP, and they've been overpicking it almost, and teams started countering it with Wyvern, and then they start banning Wyvern just because they're like, we can't play this Drow against Wyvern, and well, no Wyvern, okay.
No
Wyvern. You know what? Game 1 was just mind games. It was setting up so that they would assume that the Drow would be picked, and now they're going to walk right into a trap.
Why are you banning PL?
I think it might just be like a respect thing for Nisha or something. I'm not too sure. I don't know. Like,
he's good at PL.
He's really good at PL. He's really good at Morphling. They took out 2 of those.
What are they going to get with Drow?
I
think just Drow Mirana here.
I tagged you in.
Tag me in?
You're up.
For what?
I like you're tagged. You're in the ring. I'm on the outskirts. I'll get your water bottle. Here's a towel.
Thanks.
I just befuddled. Think this. I don't know. I don't want to keep talking about Drow, but it's like this is the best hero in Dota.
Yes, but NaVi knows. Like we saw them pause with the last ban. We saw them pause with last ban. They know exactly what they're giving away. They knew Secret was going to pick up Drow. They have a plan, and it's up to us to figure out what that plan might be. Now that we have a Treant and a Phoenix, what could their plan be to deal with a Drow Ranger?
I mean, they've got a lot of team fight already off the bat here. They've got a way to help the help heal the towers. I mean, like defend the towers versus the Drow at least with the tree.
I don't agree because tree end is to deny like slower tower push. Drow lineups typically
Too
rotate,
fast.
finish a tower.
Yeah, you're
It's
not
not
moving.
whittled down. You know, there's like this idea Jakiro counters tree, but tree also likes playing against Jakiro because he's slow. He's like
is
a
true.
slow pusher. You know, it's about attrition, whereas it's Drow Ogre. I mean, I look at the damage output already from a Drow Ogre in comparison to like a Phoenix tree. It's all in on the team fight, but
The lanes too. I mean, tree can really mess things up in lane though. Get on top of the Drow
it's
early
a
on, put
zero
a lot
armor
of pressure.
hero though.
I think teams are going a lot
Zero.
better at dealing with the tree and lane too. It's like, Drows will go Quelling Blade now.
Yeah, they cut
Then
all
you
the
can't
trees.
use that Nature's Guise. Yeah, the build with Leech Seed Living Armor is good, but not good against a hero like Drow, who you can never get close
They
to
also
use
they
Leech Seed
just
on.
nerfed
And it got
Leech
nerfed.
Seed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It goes. It starts at 12 and goes up by 6 per level instead of it was 15 and went up by 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the idea
Or
of
12.
going,
It goes up by 12.
going this big team fight, but I think you're again picking weak lanes into a Drow who
Yep.
you're basically allowing this Drow to have a better game by picking weak laning heroes.
You can see Secret banning out the Brood, knowing that's one of the hard counters to Drow. It was something Navi took care of for them in the previous game, but not this time. I'm also a bit concerned as well. Phoenix against Drow, agility hero. You can assume that they're going to have multiple auto attackers. There's already an Ogre. It's very difficult to protect the egg in a game like this.
But you can get your fire spirits out and you can make him attack real slow.
Yes, but the thing is, you already incentivize the Drow to buy early BKB Manta. That's what you really like against Treant, is to have those. You want a BKB Manta cores because you can break the root once. You can effectively you can BKB and then you won't be rooted because that's what Tree really beats is heroes like Sven, who they want to go in, they need to BKB and then they're rooted. Then they're rooted again, and then all of a sudden, their BKB is squandered. Drow's not punished nearly as hard because you do obviously itemize for Manta later on, so you don't really get countered in the late game or by like some weird blink tree counter initiation. And also, of course, you purge those pesky fire spirits.
Mm-hmm. Centaur. I mean, this is what we wanted in the last game versus
Yeah.
the Drow. I think that's actually the best pick for me that they have so far.
It's not bad. I am okay with it. I just fear. I don't like Centaur when you don't have a support to play with. What was it we saw yesterday?
Centaur in the laning stage with Centaur.
Well, there's Centaur Marana, and then there was a Centaur. We saw Centaur Invokers. You need. I think we saw Centaur Skywrath. Centaur Rubik was quite nice, but you don't really play around with either of these two support heroes too well.
Yeah.
Theoretically, Phoenix is not bad, but you don't have anything to help you finish the kill. Oh god, that's Shaker. Maybe it's a core ogre this time. We'll see.
Yeah, because Shaker Ogre, we talked about that yesterday.
Mhm.
A
I
lot,
did
but
not
we
win.
didn't really like it that much.
You
That's good. I like that
didn't
one.
like
Klings.
it that much.
That's a great pick. That is a really great pick.
The Klings, yes.
Yeah, because you can find and kill the Drow very easily. Shaker also just got nerfed to -1 armor now. Same deal. Like you find and kill these squishy heroes. That's how you need to play against the Drow strat. You think of Drow strats, they're like a line of machine guns. You can't walk up to them slowly. You gotta take them out ASAP.
From
and
the
Phoenix
back.
is great at that. Yeah, it's also a way to activate the Treant and the Centaur. Now you do have that assassin type hero to land kills on their vision advantage and their quick lockdowns.
To come back, it wasn't just like Earthshaker Ogre, was you guys down-talked it, trashed it.
Yeah,
almost
I don't
the whole
like it.
day.
I really don't like it.
With the ogre as a maybe 3 position, it can work a bit better. But I think even then, if you're laning ogre or shaker together, that sounds kind of weak. You're almost better off putting the shaker with the drow or something there, which also doesn't sound great. So your lanes look a bit weird with these two melee heroes together.
Be interesting to see. I think it's going to be a niche hero. You could theoretically deuce it here, but I don't know if you want to.
I mean, you could bring out some old Dendy classics like the Storm Spirit against the Clinks can be pretty good.
You guys don't think that Denny will be playing Drow again?
I think it'll be playing Drow again.
Depends what hero they want to get for their other core.
I think it just makes more sense to like give Nisha his own style heroes and like just the Drow's pretty easy to play.
If you're playing with
and-
stand-in,
Well, I guess the thing is like when mid one's on the team, it's going to be Nisha playing the Drow most
Yeah.
of the time is the thing though. So I don't think it's too big of a problem if he ends up playing it. So.
I'm also just not seeing any wave clear again on Navi versus the Drow strat.
That's true.
That's the one thing.
Yep.
That's a good point.
It's a better approach, definitely for sure this time, because they have ways to actually deal with the Drow. Like last time we said we don't see any Drow counters. Now they have like Centaur and Clinks will both get on top of Drow easy.
It's an active hero. Like last game, they did the same concept. Like I'm sure he'll buy like Crimson Guard on Centaur, right? But he also has an ultimate that's not blink reliant that gets his whole team into range.
Ooh.
So you have a big reach advantage. Love the Tinker. That we'll get to that in a second. But you're able to survive, but then you have that offensive power and the Clinks as well. So you can hunt, you can do stuff, and I think Tinker is a great pick here. Would have been excellent for NaVi as their last pick, and it's super good against Clinks if you have a good start.
And they'll probably ban the Zeus to protect it here. I think you're way more scared of Zeus than like a Storm, but we'll see.
I agree. Definitely ban Zeus.
That's kind of the Tinker replacement as far as being able to deal with this fast-paced push strat. Although that's not really what we're seeing. Like we have this Drow, the only partner is a Tinker who's not really a right clicker anyway. So this doesn't really feel like that classic Drow strat right now. It could become one if they'd pick Visage though.
Where was this in game one? What happened there?
What?
Well, just this is a great. I like the Navi draft quite a bit. They just need to finish it off with if they could get Zeus, that would be excellent for them. But I don't believe Secret will give it to them. They last banned it in the previous game. I think they'll do it again.
I mean, Zeus is perfect for them. Gives them wave clear, gives them ways to find the Tinker, gives them like everything they need, damage.
Yeah, they ban it.
Yeah, because Storm is great versus Tinker, like we always say, but in this game it's a little bit different because there's a lot of lockdown gust, also very annoying to play against, and it doesn't fit the strategy that they really want.
It's a lot harder to find the Tinker as a Storm than a Zeus too. Like, I've seen Tinkers just outplay these Storms in fights using that blink, refresh, rearm, and just you're out of there. Storm wastes half his mana pool trying to find you, and suddenly doesn't find you, and later on you get the Hex as well. So.
The thing about the Navi draft, though, they have a really hard time hunting Tinker. If they can find him, they can kill him, but you typically want to play with more instant reach type heroes like Earth Spirit, Bat Rider, typical counter picks, like something that can get on top of him right away, lock him down.
Is Treant not a good hero for that? And also Clinks, if he's invisible, you can basically sneak up on him and find him and kill him. If you get the silence off or the stun.
Yes and no. You can't find him in trees. And you can't play around his Blink Dagger very well.
There's
like
ways, but it's not.
Oh,
it's not
they
easy.
insta-pick that.
It's an Alchemist.
Instant pick Alchemist.
Okay.
I mean, that gives them, I mean, Acid Spray lets them stop some pushes too.
It's a pretty good outgame.
I like it. It's more minus armor synergy with the Clinks. Another stun to help out. Like their two supports really don't provide too much lockdown. Good synergy with the Phoenix.
I'm a little worried that he can just die though.
Yeah, same.
In the lane.
Why would he die?
The Shaker plus Shaker rotation with the Tinker. You go laser rocket build. You can just laser rocket like level 4. You can kill him pretty easily. Level 3 too.
It's gonna be big. I think it's a lot on how this Tinker's game
living
goes.
armor.
Living armor could help a little bit. Yeah, that's true.
It's a gives them a win condition, which is I think what they needed out of their last pick, something to just build their draft around. If this Alk does have a good time, gets fast Radiance, they can win this game with a fast sub 15-minute Radiance and then just snowball from there.
Yeah, and I don't like the Shaker Ogre, and I don't like that they have no natural auto attacker with the Drow. I don't think you
it suddenly doesn't look like a bad Phoenix game. Like there's Pugna Tinker, and this Phoenix is something like, wait, I can actually use Egg this game. It's just Drow.
Yeah,
like, that's okay.
I favor Navi here.
Can we get that on the record?
I said it once.
That's enough.
That's
actually good to be on the record.
Doesn't have the confidence to say it a second time.
Does everybody favor Navi's draft here?
I think they've definitely got a better chance this game. I'm a little worried that Clinks isn't going to be able to find too many pickoffs because they can't clear creep waves too fast. That's always a key thing for me as Clinks.
It's harder for them to play this game, right?
Yeah, it's definitely harder.
But it will be a better game than previously. Let's see how it's going to happen, and let's see if we indeed are going to get Danny to play the Tinker against his former squad Navi. It's over to Killer Pigeon and Lizard.
Thanks, Chiefs. And I think I know what we're going to say. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Secret.
What? Navi, man. Come on. They got this easy.
Dendi.
Arc.
Puppy.
Phoenix Treant.
Ooh, that's a good one. I don't know. Let's look in the game.
Drow.
I want to go for Drow, but here's the problem.
Drow Ogre. You have so many
you've
options
got
here,
Ogre,
Pigeon.
No, but let me get on this because it's important. They aren't bad at ganking the Alk, but it's very hard. It's not like typically someone like a Phoenix can swoop in very easily, catch the Alk off guard when he's farming the jungle, and punish him.
You do have the Shaker, though. He can go there into the jungle. He can rotate from the offlane after he secures it. You just go behind the Alchemist. And as the panel said, if you have the Tinker with the rocket and laser build, then that Alchemist can die like very easily.
I agree. It's also with the Phoenix plus the Treant. What you have got is with the Treant, you've got the living armor to help just counteract these ganks. And of course, Phoenix can screw them up easily.
Tinker is going to have some extra damage as well from the Drow. Not too much early on, but he's gonna benefit from that as well.
Maybe enough.
Maybe Zai with the Pugna though. Like I like that the Crepify versus Crystallizes Clinks as well.
It is definitely very good.
It's not so bad, but overall, they don't deal with the Phoenix's Zag really well. Like it's only the Drow that can really deal with it, right? The rest of them.
Nah, you pick an ogre, you turn everyone into.
I mean, yeah, you have Bloodlust, but it's still these heroes still don't hit fast enough. That's what I'm saying. You don't have a Klinksaur or a Lina or something like that, Ursa, you know? That's what I'm talking about.
No, that's a fair way of looking at it. And actually, Zai's already taking a lot of harassment here. Chu with his big, manly stumps just hitting you in the face.
Big, manly stump.
Seems reasonable.
Oh, Zai?
They actually could harass Zai here. He has to do Crep to move away again. Chu can't get invis in time. If he'd actually just waited by that tree, he probably could have done something, but at the same time, if he didn't show to square up, they maybe just harass you out on Crystallize.
Oh, look at this cinematic
Through the
view.
jungle, to the depths of the rivers, we will find
that block.
creeps that were not blocked at all. And that actually favors Dendi.
Definitely favors him. As you can see that laser now as well.
I'll at least get that CS. You know, these first few waves are very important for the AUG and for the Tinker. It just shows whether the Tinker will be able to assert dominance. But of course, he has an easier route to recovery via the Precision Aura.
Actually, this lane is just going to reset. It's going to be a little bit in Dendi's favor, I think, if he manages to keep creep control, or is he going to have the second wave under the tower as well? Yeah, and it's not so good.
By the way, these odds are more even this time. Okay, they're not out of control hugely against NaVi this time around. Some people believe.
Because of the draft, basically.
Yeah,
so.
See, that's the best way to see how draft makes a big difference. It's just in bet odds alone.
Crystallize taking so much damage here.
Yeah, but Zai needs to be careful. He might try and go for this with a decrep in the Never Blast. No, Never Blast first. He's trying to make sure he has a way out if he gets jumped on.
Yeah, he needs that Decrepify, definitely.
Problem is he's so fast.
He's really fast, but so is Chu once he goes in with.
Yeah, I mean, Crystallize can still go for this. The Crep's going to be forced out, but little Skelly Boy doesn't move too fast at level 1.
Here we see a good old creep wave pull, and Puppy is actually doing what every other support used to do a long time ago. It's basically you, if the offlaner pulls, you go there and you mess with him. You just mess with all his last hits. You know what I was talking about this Quelling Blade usage. If you look at the tower on Radiant mid, like where Alchemist is, he ate through that forest to where he is right now. And because of that, he actually did the same thing around the top rune. Finally people have started doing that. Let's just see what happens here.
Done. Puppy's going to get low, but it'll be fine. He's a lot of regen. But yeah, no, it's fair and important in this game because the Shaker, of course.
Exactly.
Especially.
So basically what happens when you eat those trees around the mid-tier 1, the Shaker cannot rotate from the high ground there down the stairs and just wait, use that fissure to block you off. The same thing is on the left side. You have that Radiant Ward, and then you eat all the trees there, and then you have full vision. So there's no ways for them to approach you unless they use a smoke. It's really...
Which means, in theory, the only way you're really going to catch him out is if he overextends to your side of the river. Which is unlikely to happen, because Alks, the moment they feel a little bit threatened, they'll just go, okay, I've got jungle camps here, I've been stacking.
And plus you can stack faster because you're moving through the jungle faster here. So yeah, it's really good so far.
Yeah, that's done. He's going to have a South brought out. And actually, looking at the CS, he's keeping up the Tinker. And because it is an Alk, he will get amplified gold. He doesn't care. I mean, he would prefer the melee range creeps, but he'll take this. Puppy getting low. Lizzie needs to move away. Should be fine here. Seneco's just going to harass out a little bit, but you can't be the harassment factor against the Drow here. It's actually taking a lot of slows. He used the dive, but they can't stay on top of him. Bot lane, Zai. Long way out.
He's just so fast.
This is kind of the crux, is actually that tree and pick, because he can't do anything against the Falconer, really. Or can he? If he sees him, no, Zai decreps just in time. They're going to keep on chasing. He's wasting a lot of time for Crystallize here.
Yeah, Crystallize has to go back and farm. Oh,
Chu, get the root. There it is, the one tap, and Zai's dead. First blood drawing.
Nice.
And the Treant's the one to get it. And that was overly bold of Zai, to say the least.
This tree now has 800 gold as well, so he's gonna be... You know what, actually? One of the heroes that I use to counter Tinker spammers in my pubs is Treant.
Yeah?
It might sound strange, but basically, farming patterns of Tinker can be predicted. And if you are in the right place at the right time with the Treant, you can catch him. You just need +1.
That's true, and Treant is very good against these split push oriented heroes, right? We talked about the other day him being a good counter to the Nature's Prophet, because you'll always be just searching, looking for him, and Nature's will never know when he's safe. That's a fair point.
Yeah, and you have the Clinks as well that has high mobility, so he can follow up. So you actually do have ways of dealing with the Tinker later on.
I like that call. And looking at this so far, Tinker is just topping than the CS, as you'd expect. But honestly, NaVi, this is looking a lot more healthy compared to the first game, which you should expect.
Yeah, and the lanes are going better for them, and overall, just the draft looks very, very solid. They just have to execute now.
I like that move actually coming out from the Centaur and the Phoenix.
Yeah,
like it basically clears up the wave, you miss out on a few CS, but if you don't do that, then Drow just forces you out again.
Yeah, not only the chip forces you out, but you can't go and do this, what they just, well, what they tried to.
Lizzie should just probably be fine. Clinks won't. He dies in the bot lane to a rotation come out from Yapsor.
So basically, when you push out the lane like that, then you can go and fight the bounties. If the lane is pushing into you, it's very hard for you to go and fight the bounties. Fight the battle of the bounties.
The battle of the bounties.
The battle of the bounties. Yeah.
The trees are respawned. Arc needs to be careful here. Yapsor wants to cut it off, but it's a little bit too pressed.
He's actually going to be 6 very soon.
If they can't make the gank happen before then, it's hard to make it happen afterwards. Zai's getting low, but once again, fine. Just so damn fast. With the boots alone, 389 movement speed. Let's be honest, Pugna might be in need of a slight tweak to the movement speed.
He's so small and like he's a
So
skeleton.
light, you know?
Yeah, he's light, that's it.
He's a nimble baby skeleton, that's what it is. He's not one of these hefty, big, heavy ones like a Wraith. He's not wearing crap tons of armor.
Yeah, not big bone, definitely.
There we go. Oh, this is the furthest forward Arc has been, but they're not in a position to capitalize on it. So far, Alc's movements have been pretty on point.
Yep.
His CSing has been a little, he's been missing 1 or 2 through a little bit of errors, but other than that.
Yeah, but you have the laser effect as well, so it's not the easiest lane either. But overall, he's been doing quite fine. He hasn't died, and they aren't finding actual ways of shutting him down.
And compare these two teams in this scenario, this is better for NaVi because, of course, Alc is definitely the win condition. You need him to get a lot of gold. The Clinks pick, don't be deceived, it's there in the mid-game to create that space so that Alc can continue to accelerate.
Actually, speaking about Clinks, he's getting really low.
Yeah, the stick will keep him alive, plus the living armor. And Choose just making sure that if there is anyone here, he'll see the rotation.
He's probably just going to ward that cliff there. Now
they know about Yapsor.
Yeah, he should. Hey, everybody.
See you later, buddy.
Yeah, they just scout everyone.
And this is good because also if Yapsor's making these moves in the out lanes and he's failing the ganks, that means Alc's not being pressured again. And you can't emphasize that enough. Meanwhile, top lane, Seneko in trouble, going to dive away and go for the TP out. He should be fine. No way to stop this.
One more hit and he would have burned out.
I think it's 2.
Couldn't get it.
Just about 2, right? Would have been close.
One. Come on.
Sure one? Oh, Fidget coming out. A lot of damage. Again, crystallized. He's
actually
regen. He's stuck here. He has got the skeleton walk, but he's not going to use it. And as a result, he's going to die.
Chu went in, but a bit too late. He needed to go instantly to eat that tree, but I don't think it would have helped. He's just slow when he's not invis. So.
That's true. And also, he's put a point into skeleton walk at this point. We don't typically see Clinks do this because 1 point this early doesn't really give you any beneficial movement speed buff.
Yeah. What you get from it is at least you have invis, right?
Yeah, and like in this scenario, he doesn't really have a better choice because it's not likely he's going to be able to overwhelm the Pugna with the right-click damage because, of course, he has got the Decrepify at all times.
Nisha has been doing actually super fine on this lane. You'd think that Centaur is going to be able to perhaps contest him and pressure him, especially with the Phoenix, because you have ways of getting on top of him and slowing him down. But Papi has been on point, and this silence.
Seneko in trouble. Nisha moving forward. The orb walks good to get the kill. Meanwhile, on the bot line, Crystallis almost dies to the life drain. He'll be fine though. But the thing I was going to say is, like, Nisha's been doing incredibly well because you actually, if you look at Ogre's movements, a lot of the time he's not present in the lane. It's about half the time compared to the Phoenix. So NaVi are trying to bully him out, but they're not even coming close.
Well,
speaking of Phoenix, bot lane moving in. Zai, Rude up, down to half HP already. Hasn't got to Decrepify because he already used it. Needs to move away. The burns are going to be there. It's not going to be enough. Not even with the little creeps helping out. Nope, he'll be fine.
Yeah, but it was so close.
It was closer than you would have liked, but he'll be fine.
Right.
Eternal Undead Child just refuses to die.
So if you're NaVi right now, what you need to do is chill a bit. Try not to lose the Alchemist by any rotation. Maybe follow him with Treant. And if you are Phoenix, you just need your 6. after you have the 6 on Phoenix and Treant, you can definitely take a good fight. You're gonna have such a strong combo. You won't even need the Alchemist there.
There's no doubt this is scary though, because we're praising the Alch, saying, okay, yep, no, they haven't really killed him yet. But you look at the net worth, he hasn't really started to move away
Yeah,
yet.
he hasn't. Yeah, but it's gonna happen very soon. Definitely in 30 seconds, they have to focus on these runes because they could give that Alchemist an extra boost because he does get more gold because of Greevil's greed, obviously. So
That's true. And they're looking to set up to maybe get 3 runes here. Choose on one already. Crystallize is near on the other. Zai might try and contest this. Crystallize does have to be careful because of the burst damage that comes out. And Yapzor is here as well. So at this rate, it might end up being a 2 for 2, but Phoenix could snatch another. It's 1 rune for them. The top, a little bit of aggression going on. Stampede comes out, but Centaur can't move away quick enough. Living Armor's on him. He's going to stay alive. Moves in, but it's too late. The rotation from Denny's on point. Allow him to get a double kill in the bot lane. Chu falls as well. And NaVi, they're punished for their greed. They want those bounties so badly.
yeah, you want that. You want those bounties though with an Alchemist, even if you die. But if all 3 of them die, I don't know. Oh,
Speaking that out, has to use the Chemical Rage, and no easy path to run away. He has to take the long way around. Hold Living Armor him up. Just make sure he's okay though.
he should
Actually,
be.
he's being really greedy here.
Yeah, he's just gonna run back
It's
though.
fine.
They can't. They don't have the damage for this Alchemist kill.
Not without the fissure. They don't have any mana on Yapzor either, so no chance of an Echo Slam.
Overall, their burst isn't there right now, at least. Even with Tinker, so it's problematic to take down the Alchemist. Klinks is definitely an easier pick off if you can find him.
Actually, Pugnus, Zai's been doing fantastic down here with the Precision Aura especially. Klinks cannot actually contest him, which is... That's not something we often say about Klinks, is that they can't win a ranged right-click battle.
That Decrepify though always helps, and Klinks is kinda squishy, so if he tries and goes and contests you, like you just eat one Decrepify in your face and you're
Things.
gone.
They want Nisha here, they're going to move across. Arc has the stun, the Gust is too late. And now, Nisha's in a little bit of trouble, can't move away quick enough. He will fall. They did rotate a lot of heroes for this though.
I think you're fine though. You did kill that Drow. You need to port someone bottom immediately though. And this is probably the best hero, the Phoenix.
Yeah.
If he has Fire Spirits, he has.
He's got egg as well. They're going to make something happen. There's a TP coming in for the Centaur on the back foot. And TP on the tower as well. Zai needs to get out of this quickly. Decrepify's going to be a Stampede. There's a Stomp. Nice interruption from the Fissure though. Zai might be able to move away. Double Edge going to be close. He gets low. Meanwhile on the top though, Sneko does go down in the bot. But Zai did go down as well.
Did you see how beautiful top lane is?
Yeah,
I just love the way that path is there and how they blocked, how the blocks are connecting on that pavement and the road. It's just so pretty. I love it.
We were just checking to see if Drow remembered where she died. That's what it was. But you know, just a reminder, Nisha, not here again.
Did they put up a tombstone? Is that it?
A memorial service for the Drow.
was here, yeah. We shall not miss her.
But all in all, not too bad.
Was she actually nerfed in this patch that just happened?
Don't actually... I think it was mild. There was maybe I think it was a slight tweak. Yeah, there you go.
There we go. Thank you, production.
5 agility was removed.
Right. So she's not dead yet. Let's not put any tombstones
Shaker
up just yet.
Though.
Yeah.
1 armor less. Yeah, he felt the pain.
1 armor?
1 armor less.
On
that was
Shaker?
the nerf for Shaker. It kind of makes you chuckle.
Definitely. If you want to trade hits with Shaker, if you want to be that kind of a position for it, that's a brawler, you go for that stout anyway. So that 1 armor is very insignificant, I think.
Yeah, it was an interesting choice to change.
These patches, man, 5 seconds, 1 armor, 15 HP, it adds up sometimes, and it definitely can hurt the hero.
I think the difference is when you make these small changes as well, just that one final one pushes over the edge and you put it all together, and like you said, suddenly, this hero doesn't feel like any good anymore.
Yeah.
Diving in, Sneko drops the egg, Stampede coming in, they need to retreat on the side, the Secret Stun's going to come out, Puppy says leave, but they can't get out. The Overgrowth is good, Chain on Nisha stunned up, he's going to go down. The laser's going to get a kill in return. But now Denny needs to TP out on the side, Life Drain's going to come out, Zai will get a kill onto the tree, and it's going to be a 2 for 2. And
it looked so good for NaVi, but that second stomp, or the first one from Centaur, just whiffed. He didn't hit anything, or anyone. It looked like they were going to win it easily, but Klinks he was forced to go a bit deeper than he wanted to, and then he just disappears from the Tinker spam. So
Yep, he got punished by the lasers, and that's the thing. It's like, okay, that was an even trade. Navi's a little bit behind. The Alk didn't die. Great. But the problem is, use the Overgrowth, use the Stampede, use the Nova.
And you have nothing to defend the second tower now.
Bingo.
Because of that. They're just gonna... They have no cooldowns. Absolutely. What do you have? You have the Echo. And that's it. One hero with a long cooldown besides the marksmanship. And then you just go down and push this tier 2. There's absolutely nothing stopping you. And the Upsor once again. It's a bit later now.
Runes. Chu, he sees him. Crystallizes here as well. They don't know about that just yet. Living Arm on the tower, trying to help it out. Zai moving around the back. The sentry does go down actually from Chu. I guess you see if they can actually do anything here. I don't think you fight it. You just back up. There's no way. Not without Overgrowth, especially.
I'm not certain.
Yeah, so if he didn't TP, he actually could have fissure cut.
Yeah, but he was going for the bounty fight.
And speaking of fissures, yeah, it comes out into Blizzy. He does still get the rune. Laser, get him low. Can they chase further is the question. Chemical Rage has been used. They might look to hunt and fight. Ark's moving in. There it is. Tosses it out on the Yapsor, trapped in the tree line. He's going to burn up here, moving across. Ark will be able to clean up the kill. Then he'll just blink away to safety.
So the game kind of calm. They had to go back because of that. They didn't take the tier 2 on. They took the tier 2 on bottom and they lost the Shaker. And because of that, I think, is his Blink Dagger done or not?
On the Shaker, yeah. He's got his Blink.
He's got it.
He got it around the same time as last game. It's kind of getting ridiculous.
It was a minute later, right? But
yeah,
before,
but similar
I was thinking that he needed that bounty to finish it as well, but he didn't because of that tower that fell on bottom.
It's just the value he sees in denying the Alk. Zai is pretty deep and alone, actually. They might make a move.
Right.
The pings are coming out. Look at this. The move in. Blizzy jumps forward, misses the stomp, fluffs it up, but there is going to be a route to hold Zai in place. Slow down, stunned up. He should still fall. The Decrepify runs out. The right clicks come out from Crystallize, cleans it up. Puppey with the stun. It's pretty deep, trying to cover Dendi to see if he can do some damage. The Overgrowth's been used, and Puppey will fall as well. That was, I don't know why Puppey really went in there. That was...
Why not? You're an ogre. You go to fight.
Screw it. Like, hey, Dendi, bro, remember when we used to roll together, smash down teams, just the two of us? Let's go. Then Dendi went, no.
Yeah, and that's good. Tinker is still farming. Didn't die.
Actually, no, that really was. That was Dendi going, why didn't you bring me to Secret sooner? Just blinks away. Puppey's just got a tear in his eye. He goes, Dendi, no! But as a result of that, it is really good, as you said, because Alk was involved in those kills as well, and it's really close to farm, so it's not like he missed out on hitting creeps. Like, Alchemist is not where you would usually want to be as an Alchemist, but he's alright. It's not horrible either. He's 2.3k gold. He hasn't been shut down. Basically, Secret prioritized actually just out-farming him, which is an interesting challenge, but they haven't been doing too bad at it.
No. They're trying to set the tempo of the game in such a way in which they're going to be able to take all the outer towers and then perhaps with a good fight take the rush. But it's not easy for them. It's not going to get any easier either, because this Alchemist, he's a hard kill. He's a really hard kill this game. They need the Drow and the Tinker there. Actually, eventually Pugna deals with him fairly well.
I mean, eventually it gets a little bit impossible. Stun's hitting the Crystallize. Stomp's going to come out. Blizz trying to cover his core here. The Echo, though, connects on the two. And follow-up will kill them both off. No escaping that. The pings come out. Ark's a little bit too far forward. Puppey moving in. The stun's going to be there. Be able to stomp up them, maybe. There it is. Comes out. He's actually maybe going to stun himself. Won't last long enough.
He didn't have ulti there.
That was bold. Very bold.
Even if he had that ulti, he couldn't have helped them. So that was just a misplay. And because of that misplay, half of this tower or the full tower tier 2 on top is going to fall.
It upsets me because I was about to praise that NaVi, you said about the towers, they're doing a good job of controlling.
I mean, this is so awful for them because, I mean, but it's such a stupid mistake. Because Rosh is still alive. You're moving carelessly across the map. You have Egg and you have Treant, and it's so easy for you to take a good Rosh fight. And instead of doing that, you just die in random spots.
It is absurd, especially when you consider they could have just left Crystallize behind. He's not the core focus of this draft right now.
I mean, he's important.
He's important, but
he has to deliver as well.
Well, the thing I was going to say is that's fine if he dies if Ark is still farming, but instead Ark is trying to farm heroes, and that's just not going to work at this stage. As a result, Aegis is now on the Drow. They'll get ready to push.
Ark actually went there without ulti.
Oh, Zai in the mid lane, stomped up, taking a lot of damage. The fissure interrupts, gives enough time to get the Decrepify out. The life drain as well. Stampy's going to be there. Blizzy needs to move away. Stun from Ark, going to move across. Needs to clean up the skill to get it. But guess what? Chu's pretty deep. He wants a good overgrowth. He might look for it here. No, Sans comes out. Gus is good from Nisha. Chasing on. Arc down to half HP already. They're going to leave Chu behind. They're looking for the stun. The pings come out. He's a little too far away. Overgrowth is big. The egg. They drop it down. They're going to get kills. Tinker's gone. Down for 50 seconds. Puppy's going to be chased on as well. The fissure interrupt from Yapsil's on point, but the root will still connect. Now they're going to move forward. Looking for the kill. No, good. Gus is good. But no, the stop coming out. Nisha's been found. They're going to move forward. Chu getting low, but he's living. The living armor's going to keep him alive. Yapsil should fall. And now Nisha, he's alone here. His whole team is gone. He cannot get out. He'll go down once, and he should go down twice. And why is exactly the 4. Questions will be asked on what Secret's plans were there.
Right. They were a little bit optimistic there, the way they started that fight, and I think Yapsor had 2 mistakes. Like, we praise him all the time, we say that he's amazing, but in that exact fight 2 things happened. The first one, the fissure was a bit too late, so the Pugna, yeah, he saved him, but it wasn't good enough. And the second part is, like, I've talked to this with some position 5s that played with these star position 4s. These star position 4s very rarely carry dusts. And because of that, honestly, like
He's making up for it in the top lane. They're trying to kill Arc here. I'm not sure they got the lockdown though. Chu on the back foot distracting Dendi. Echo comes out. They have got him.
Yeah, I mean,
it's mistake after mistake, really.
If he continues doing like this, the good echoes and the catches on Alchemist, if you don't carry a dust, whatever. But like in that fight, they lost everyone because they weren't able to locate Chu's treant. If they managed to, that sentry came too late. It was flying to them, but it came too late. If Yapsor had a dust there, immediately they wouldn't have lost that last fight either. Not as horribly as they did, at least.
But they also refused to move away. There was an opportunity. They pinged him. They saw it. But then they just hung around for another 2 seconds, and suddenly 4 people are overgrown.
Yeah, I think they were waiting for the sentry to be dropped from the courier to the shaker to the ground. And it took them like a few seconds to do that, so.
This is a mistake for Phoenix. He needs to go regen up because he has the egg, but he doesn't have the mana. Alka's alive once more. Chu moving in the overgrowth, connects onto 2. The Stampede is there, moving across. Blizzy wants the opportunity. Stomp's going to connect. They might get killed with the life drain coming out in return. No, the egg finally goes down, but they haven't got the lockdown. Can they protect him? No, they can't. He goes pop. 2 dead as Crystallized dies and will buy back. Arc down to half HP, trying to regen up. He has got the stun. We'll connect on the side. The mana illusion moving forward is going to be enough for the burns. No, the Gus comes out. Needs to just cutting them out perfectly so far. And that was careless from NaVi.
I mean, wait, what happened to Clinks?
He just disappeared. It's the story of Clinks.
What?
You blink, you miss it. He's gone.
What happened to him, actually? I think he went straight into the March and the Tinker with the rockets.
Yeah, it was the rockets, and I think he got multi-stun.
Oh, feels bad.
And he hasn't ate a creep. That's the other thing, because you're in your base. Clinks isn't that great for high ground defense.
Feels really bad for him.
They found another one. Fissures there, and Centaur's in trouble. The lockdown means he can't do anything but die. Arc with the double stun. Can he actually follow up though on the back foot? Yap's taking lockdown. He's going over the TB. Crystallize has the damage to finish him off though. And Puppy, he should burn out this as Arc just chases forward. The manas mean he can't stun one target, move away. And Nisha's been seen. Dust reveal. Going to keep chasing the Sunray. Arc, he could have actually microed that and chased for Nisha as well. And as a result, Nisha lives.
Now, the problem in that fight was that Dendi did not have enough mana, so he couldn't follow up. He couldn't help them. If Dendi had enough mana, then maybe he joins that fight. Yeah, Ogre still most likely dies, but...
Yeah, it seems Secret, basically, they're just trying to catch check, you know, they're trying to check their bodies can't catch, right? They're not at a stage yet with the Tinker where they can be this consistent. They need to just bide their time, take the towers. There's no rush for them right now.
I mean, they're in such a good position after that buyback from Clinks, to be honest. Like, they can basically do whatever they want to if they are S5. The moment they start doing these split movements, they suffer and they lose. So, as long as they're compact, as long as they're keeping it together, I don't feel like there's a living threat for them. Like this Alchemist, he isn't really there where he wants to be. Like before, it was fine, but I thought that he was gonna gradually make that difference between his net worth and Tinker's and Drow higher, but he hasn't actually managed to do that. And Radiance, Manta, Alchemist at this point, it isn't really the scariest.
I have to question, actually, how quickly Alk maybe wants to go.
Oh no,
the stun's on the Chu midway through the dive is dead. That is a huge mistake, and now you don't have your supernova for the high ground defense. They can just push you on base again.
They're going. There's no reason to not to.
I mean, there's no buyback, so it's 35 seconds of free time.
Yeah, like that tag is arguably your strongest defensive spell right now when it comes to the high ground push.
but, you know, a little bit of carelessness. You kind of get why he's trying to do it, because he feels like he needs XP to get the level 2 Supernova, but it's not worth it for that. Lizzie the Stomp, by a little bit of time. Yules comes out, though. He might be in a little bit of trouble. You Stampede to move away to Crepify. Just melt with a life drain and the stuns on him. He's dead. 45 seconds on the sideline. He does actually have the buyback. Without the Stampede now, you won't bother.
They're just going for the shrines, it seems. He doesn't have the buyback, but I'm not certain Secret knows that. So they do the safer option. They just go for the shrines because the Phoenix is alive, and if the Centaur buybacks, then perhaps you're giving them an opportunity to have all their heroes there on time to use their spells properly. So far, Secret's biggest strength lied in their pickoffs. Like they would get so many heroes with the pickoffs that. Oh.
You mean like this one, Nisha? Trying to get him in time. The Gust comes out. They're going to continue the right-click battle. They're going to get him low. Nisha being chased onto by Arc. The stun comes out to Crepify to try and protect him, but just make sure he dies quicker. And now they might find Zai as well. Go for TP out. He's seen by the ward. The overgrowth is there, and they'll be able to chase him down. They got a follow-up stun, which means he can't use the life drain. He'll hold it, maybe go for it now. Now the Neverward's gone, though. There's a 4-on-1. Good luck with that. He does fall.
All right, so you know what the difference between killing Drow and Pagna here and losing your Phoenix where he died? The difference is the Pagna and Drow, they died on the opposite side of the map. So it's very hard for them to take any significant objective instantly after that. Maybe you kill Puppy here, maybe you kill this tier 2, but that's going to be it. And even that is a stretch. Like, this tier 2 is a stretch, in my opinion.
Yeah, Puppy's going to die. Dendi, he's leaving him behind again. Wow. This really is just feeling like some sort of vengeance for not bringing him to Secrets. Like, every time we see this between the two, it's like, nope. Good luck with that, buddy. He's going to TP now, but they're knocking on your door. The creeps are about to arrive as well. They ping out Yapzor. He's here, but he's burned up. Now he can't actually move away or do anything. He's got the Echo Slam, but what do you do with it?
Oh, what?
They don't know exactly where he is.
Did he blink out? Because that Sunray, if they continued, they could have found him. Also, you have the spirits from the Phoenix to scout, so...
Blizzy is lurking here, though.
I mean, this is one poor Centaur, by the way. We didn't really discuss... We didn't talk about that so much, but he only has a blink. Like.
Well, that was something I was thinking of highlighting, is that actually with the Alk, how quickly do you go for Axe? Because if you just bolster up your... Is it worth sacrificing some of your farm to get Centaur and Axe quicker?
I mean, Axe is great here, but he can't even get a hood or anything like that. There we go. He's got the hood. 26 minutes in.
No, I mean...
Such a tough game.
I mean the Alk buying an Axe.
Or
the other Nintendo, usually. Because there's going to be a point where you have to weigh up, is it worth sacrificing my farm a little bit and getting the Centaur in this game? Can he do enough of the clinks?
I mean, right now, you definitely don't do it as an Alchemist. But later on in the game, once you have those 5 slots that you need...
Omnisci's been found. This is a big kill. The Dust is going to come out. The Gust a little bit too late to really change anything. He's going to fall. One more tap. There it is. Chu takes a kill. 690 gold for the Triumph. Thumbs up.
700 gold. That's quite all right. Oh,
Arc. Jason forward, he wants Puppy. He does have that BKB, but there is Life Drain going to come out. Mana dodge it out. There's the Fisher to cross with escape. Echo turnaround's big with the Supernova's down. Yapson needs to move away and will be able to do so with the Shadow Blade. But Puppy might not be so lucky. Arc's chasing with the BKB going. He wants to tap onto this. He's got the stun, but he decides against it. It's a little bit too deep. He knows they will reset and go again.
I think they were just trying to bait out spells in BKB with that Echo.
Crystallize.
Zai.
I see Zai. They ping him, they're moving forward. The Crepify comes out, the Stomp's going to be there, dodged out by the Yules. Denny on the high ground, he's got the Axe. He can do a lot of work here. How low can they get him? How quickly? Alk, he's burned up quickly. They've already lost the Phoenix. Alk on the side. Is he going to be fine? He's going to move away. The rest of his team might not be so low. Crystal is going to turn around Dendy. He got a little bit too aggressive. He will live, though. The Shrine's a little bit too close, and Alk did go down in the end.
Dendy just realized exactly how strong he is there, and I expected him to stay on the high ground, continue just spamming from the high ground, but he realizes that he can go in. He blinks so aggressively right next to the Clinks, but a player such as him, he knows that Strafe is on cooldown.
It has a second use, though, because if you notice, Alk was just on the precipice of dying the whole time. If they turn around and help out the Alk, you don't get that kill. And by risking himself, then he says it's worth it. As long as we get the out kill, and they do in the end. Of
course, it's like he's basically a cash cow. He gives so much gold away every time he dies. It's definitely worth killing that Alchemist, even after you die, I think.
The frustration of the split push coming out from these precision aura creeps is ridiculous, actually. Just whittling away at your buildings, and that's kind of the thing for Secret, is it really combos well with the Tinker, because of course you clear the creeps, you activate the precision aura, suddenly you can actually damage buildings just with your regular lane creeps.
We're gonna see a smoke actually coming from NaVi. Alchemist is up and they have their spells. Is the egg up? The egg isn't up yet.
No, not quite yet.
So they don't have the egg yet. Now
there
they
it
do.
is.
So with the egg,
And Roche is up. They just go for this? I think they do.
it's hard for them as well, man. You're playing versus a Tinker Shaker. It's very hard for them to commit to rush fight. Without you need a pick off first. That's the only way.
Yeah, is Poppy good enough there? Yapsor holds the fissure. Blizzy thinking about moving in. The Yule's going to come out onto him there. He might follow up. Fissure's there. Life Drain. He has got the hood. The Sunrain return to keep him alive. He doesn't want to have to use the Stampede like this. Echo comes out to control him up the side. Arc, BKB, gonna go to work. Nisha. Oh no, he's in trouble. Chu gets the overgrowth onto all of them. Now moving across. Zai's gonna get low. Arc, he's just cutting all of this. He's tanked up, but he doesn't care. So try and move away now. Nisha does hit pretty hard. And they might just reset and look for more. They did get the kill on the Yapsor, which is actually pretty decent here.
Yeah, it was definitely a good kill. They did use the egg, and the Yapsor did use the echo, so it's not a huge loss for Secret, definitely. But
definitely considering the Stampede got used as well. So as a result,
did you like the Pagna suck versus the Phoenix Sunray heal?
The battle of the beasts, basically, at that stage.
Like, Zai is there trying to just take him down, and at the same time Phoenix healing him looked amazing.
Blizzy's like that kind of stereotypical view.
Oh, there we go.
No, that's it.
You can't use the Sunray to heal yourself, though, sadly.
I'm not sure why Snake goes like that. Oh, this is bold. They're going to find the Tinker, though. The damage is huge. They get him. The pickoff is good. And they might hunt for more. They need to get everyone out on the side of Secret. Zai's been spotted, though, and he has no easy escape from this. The Crep Fight going to go for the TP. Oh no, Arc! He stunned himself. Zai will escape from that in the end, and he was so close to throwing it.
Did he actually have enough time?
He did. I think he was looking at a different location, though. So
they did give him vision on time as well. I believe they did at least. But they do get that Tinker kill, which is huge. And I mean, as long as you have 3 scouting around, you can always get those pickoffs. Like as long as Chu is on point with his movements, and I mean he has found his levels. He has that blink as well. He's gonna be able to give enough information for
Blizzy.
Blizzy.
Oh no, the stun's perfectly timed. He can't get the stomp out. The Gut's going to be there now, and the Fidger cuts him off. No help coming in.
What?
Arc? What is this move? He needs to be careful. He needs a man to try and dodge out the slows, but it's too late. He needs to be careful. The Supernova in the back foot, the BK give him Arc, but no. There's the overgrowth. It's big. Perfectly placed. The Gust going out once more, so Crystallize can't do enough. The BKB finally used a little bit too late, though. The egg will go pop, and with it, they'll be able to find Zai. No, the life drain. Stay alive. They need to get their hands on Nisha, but they can't. They'll take Yapsor, chase across looking for more. They might find Nisha, but he's a little bit far out. They did clean up Zai in the end. That's a triple kill for Arc, and that allows them to now go to the Roche pair.
I'm always thinking, like, whenever I see a really bad move, I wonder if it's just done on purpose for some higher reason. And
GG bet odds.
I mean, did you see the Centaur there? He moved in. I was talking about Treant having to give vision to his team.
Yeah.
And Centaur walks into the fog without any intel whatsoever, and he walks into 3, instantly dies. But because of that, they do take a favorable fight. But don't get me wrong, it wasn't that bait in which they are instantly there to just follow up. It was Secret's fault that remained there. They could have bailed a bit earlier, but they
got
didn't.
greedy. They wanted that Arc kill. So you got to give credit to Arc and Seneko for setting that up the way they did, because that was very, very risky. You don't expect a team to do that.
Yeah, the overgrowth was on point as well, but bottom line, I think it's just Secret being a little bit too greedy there, because they didn't have their full forces there either, so...
Oh, pings come out. They see Arc. Can they kill him twice, though? Double sentries coming out. Dodges out, and the Mantis buys himself a little bit of time. Blizzy's nearby. They don't want to overcommit here. Tinker gets found. They lose the fight. Stomp's going to be there. Gus coming out, trying to move away. The fissure block's there. And Centaur's going to fall. Arc moving forward, looking for a stun opportunity, but no, blink away by Yapsor on point. They get killed on the Centaur, but they won't find anything else.
A little Senti.
Little Senti. It's because I'm thinking Blizzy and then so it says a Senti.
He is a little
Senzi.
He is a little Senti this game. So
he is. He's not as much a horse as he's a pony.
A sensitive Centaur, yeah.
He's a little pony, that's what it is. I mean, at this point, he is just basically the person you sacrifice these fights.
I mean, look at this. They have Aegis Cheese, and Secret is still going to push. All right, this is interesting. This is definitely interesting. It's not something that...
I wouldn't advise it.
Yeah.
Not the way it went last time.
They went
pop.
Oh,
there it is. They drop the egg deep. They're going to move. The stun's going to be the overgrowth. It's good. They catch on a 4. And he's trying to move away the BKB. The Shadow Blade just to run off. And Arc, he'll throw the stun out. The dust reveal on the Yapsor. They got 2 already. They want more. They'll be able to find the Shaker. No chance for a slam coming out. And suddenly, Secret's in full retreat. It looks like they'll be able to escape here. Arc is on the prowl. He can't find the opportunity, though.
Yeah, it looks like Secret really wants that game 3. if they're playing like this, I mean, we're gonna get game 3 if they continue these movements at least.
Yeah, this is, like we both said, not sure why you're going for the high ground. It's not like the Centaur's dead for a long time. He did have buyback anyway, but 15 seconds. What do you think you're going to do in 15 seconds? Drow hits hard, sure.
No, the problem is you're doing that versus 3 and Phoenix.
Yeah.
And you're doing that versus Cheese and Aegis. And also the problem is when you're playing versus a 3, just damaging a tower is not going to suffice. It's not enough. You have to take the tower completely down in order for you to actually accomplish anything, as there's always that treant with living armor to heal it up if you don't. So a little bit of a blunder there from Secret. I don't know. It didn't look good.
I was going to say, Na'Vi feeling emboldened at this stage. This is actually the most aggressive we've seen their movements in quite a while.
You know what as well, like if you give the Aghanim's can be given to Phoenix and Treant and the Centaur. And
Nisha. Okay, Vision not on point, doesn't hit on anything really. This has been found though. We're going to zap him down a little bit. The BKB coming Nisha on the back with a final kill and Chew. He'd have the overgrowth of Elvis. That's a big pick. Dendi on the high ground, but the Stampede comes out and Crystallize will be able to move away. They're chasing though.
Maybe.
They should be fine.
Those mini stuns.
Yeah, the mini stuns are painful as Ark is starting to get stunned up. The chase on the BKB comes out, Crystallize. This is a little bit deep. Yule's going to be there. What are you doing? Yapsel's going to move across. The BKB comes out. Crystallize going to turn around and fight. Nisha has to back off from this. And Crystallize, he hasn't bought himself enough time. There's going to be a fissure to block him off here. Or is there? Oh, yeah. Just the tip. They're going to move in. Blink. Stuns more. They haven't got vision anymore. The stomp coming out. Blizzy. The turnaround might be there. Arc blinks in as well. They're going to look for the kill. Yapsel down to half HP already. The egg has been dropped. They can't attack it quick enough. The supports on the side of Secret are already dead. They might chase forward for more. Denny's going to blink away just in time. But once again, mistake after mistake after mistake. As Secret, they want these kills way too badly.
Yeah, they were baited in a bit, definitely. Like, Drow did not have a BKB there. She was already on 50% HP. And I think like going high ground like that, it's kind of alright if you... It would be alright if he had detection instantly there to scout out the Klink so they can blow him up. But they didn't have detection, they didn't have vision. And Blizzy was on point, waiting on that high ground. Just instantly, Blink stuns them both.
Oh no.
Great turnaround.
Can they get him?
He has the BKB.
He does have the BKB. They're going to force it. No, the Hex comes out. Spirit Vessel, Sunray as well. Nisha getting low. Not quick enough. The BKB is going to look for a turnaround. There is going to be a life around Seneko, but he should be fine. He was up on the Alchemist to make him stun himself. Oh no, he couldn't throw it in time to Puppey. Puppey defuses up. The Stomp's going to be there. The Prepper try to protect him, but it's going to burn him up a little bit quicker. Puppey going to turn around the stuns. Can he throw it out in time? Yes, he can. Puppey getting low. Not low enough, though. He'll stay alive. And they need to retreat because Earthshaker's alive again. And actually, he's already aggressively TPing. He wants to do something about this.
Yeah, Puppey can also join this fight, though. And you use that BKB as well on Drow.
And that was the Hex reveal, though. So that was a big deal that they don't get anything from that.
You have the gem now on Chu as well, so it's going to be very hard to ward against him. And Centaur has that Aghanim's, by the way. He has been given an axe, and because of that, he can save this either Klinks or Alchemist in every fight. Plus you have that batting, that crazy batting.
It's phenomenally useful.
Yeah, it's definitely useful in this game versus Tinker.
Especially for the Treant as well. No more moving around trees. He can just cut right across to look for a good overgrowth.
I would love to... They lose the Aegis, but they didn't accomplish much with the Aegis, but they did take some really good fights, and they're back in this game, honestly.
That in itself for them is an accomplishment. Because it was looking very grim.
You know what, like, I would love... I would love to see the Aghanims on both Phoenix and Treant in this game, if possible, for Arc to farm it up. It would be great. Like, Aghanims on Treant would be awesome this game. Just to scout the Tinker out all the time.
Arc is really not impressing us with these mana dodges.
Yeah.
I don't think he's succeeded with one of them so far. Luckily, it hasn't...
He hasn't, so far.
Luckily, he hasn't died from doing that.
Maybe it's time for some Dota Polygon, perhaps.
Maybe. Maybe just get Yules or something to dodge it. Hulk Yules, the new thing.
Pop the BKB.
Ooh, didn't want to stun myself here.
Pop the BKB to secure the stun from Alchemist.
I mean, theoretically, you could like blink in and do that and stun everyone around you, or you could just blink in and throw it. But, you know, if you're thinking you're fancy. If you want to be like semi-techies, maybe.
Right, we do see a double damage here on Crystallize now, and if they find someone...
Crystallize is like, wow, I didn't think I'd ever get this much damage.
Alchemist is going out on the bottom lane. And it's the three of them, and they do have... The Centaur ulti is up, so he isn't really an easy kill. And they decide against it.
I think Secret actually need to smoke up and look to get vision in Navi's jungle. Because they've got vision around this bot tower. They're expecting Navi to come here soon, and they are now. But eventually you need to just follow them back into their base, because right now Secret have lost control of the map.
And this Ogre, like even with this Bloodlust, just fell off so hard.
Oh, they found you. Hexed up, he's going to die.
There we go.
And that's their Hex reveal. Actually ended in a kill for them. And they got the gem as well, that's the most important part.
That gem is so huge for them, actually. That gem is ridiculously huge. You can always scout out a tree. There's a way to scout out that Clinks as well. And they didn't have to. I mean, they do have 2 gems, so...
It's very questionable why he was even there, necessarily. I mean, I know you sent up that push, but at the same time, you're nowhere near trees.
Usually he wouldn't be there, but that tier 1 for some reason is still standing on the bottom lane.
You said it before, it's useless. Who cares about getting rid of useless things? Focus on real objectives. Come on, Les.
I mean, that tier 1 on bottom lane is basically such a easy tower to take, and...
Yeah, but the lane was incredibly painful.
Yeah.
Zai done so much work in that lane phase.
Of course, but they had so much time with that Aegis. Like, they wouldn't even be contested if they went with that Aegis for the tier 1.
Well, one look at the net worth graph, and it's time to put your climbing boots on, because we're about to start escalating up a mountain at this rate. As Alk is starting to find his farm, Clinks is starting to get his kills. Na'Vi are, I'm not going to say back yet, but they're back in this game.
They're definitely back in this game. They're doing so well right now. And they do have the means of winning. Yeah, there we go. The treant with the axe. It's such a good feeling, man.
Yep.
You didn't deserve it. You didn't do anything. Like you weren't hitting creeps or meteor hammering on the side lane.
You just turn up in your pub games and ask people to pick the Alchemist for this reason, don't you? It's like, please, I don't want to work for what I get, but I want to feel good.
Give them axe.
But it's really good here as well, because the Tinker's going to struggle to look to split push anymore.
It's good with Phoenix as well if they give Phoenix the axe, but Phoenix axe can kind of backfire as well, as the person that you cast the egg on, if the egg dies, also dies. So
yeah, typically if you're using it to save someone, you have to bring them in straight away. It's not like you can usually wait, and you are up against a Drow at this stage in the game who hits hard and has a BKB.
But this egg, like the Phoenix has had a really easy game so far. And maybe that's going to change. We just mentioned
that Drow. They're getting ready to jump. There's the blink in. The stun's going to be there. He does get invis. The stampede across. The stun follow up. The dust reveal. He's dead. That's a big kill because Roche is now up. They can actually just go straight there.
Why didn't he pop the BKB there? Did he think it's...
Greed. Just greed.
I mean,
you get jump line out first, right? You're like, eh.
It's a 5 seconds BKB, though. There's absolutely no reason not to use it.
They're going to try and force the buyback.
Yeah.
I don't think you can go to Roche, not with Earthshake still alive, but you can try and force a buyback here. Or look for another kill. Because actually, Secret are playing very aggressively in the Radiant jungle.
I think they could go Roche if they wanted to. Honestly. Like right now, they have so much vision, so much map control that they could go. Yeah, the Shaker is a problem, definitely, as you said. But I don't think they should be that worried, as the Drow is still dead. They are circling around that pit. Alchemist is in it, so I guess they should.
Yeah, he should be doing it.
They're gonna go.
There we
it's
go.
Not easy. It's not easy anymore for even Dandy to play recklessly, because you can never be certain if there's a 3-eye on top of him, right? So
let's be honest here. This is super scary. This is the refresher shard, and there are plenty of candidates on the side of NaVi for this. You got the double stampede, for example, great mitigation of damage. At the same time, you could also go for a double hex to crystallize.
Maybe double egg as well. They're gonna give it to Blizzy.
I think it's a better choice. I think a double egg is awkward because the first egg, if it goes off...
No, double egg is fine. Come on. It is awkward, though. You don't have the combo. But, yeah, you're right. If they use the BKB to try and kill the first egg and you overgrow them, then for the second egg, they won't have the BKB and you'll be able to use it.
Exactly. By then, you should be flipping the fight, at which point something like, for example, a second Stampede to chase kills or a second Hex would be more useful because you have the number advantage.
Yeah, and like this build on Drow with the E-Blade, I understand it versus Clinks, right? It helps you survive. I guess it's fine, but you don't have a Manta, and because of that, they struggled in every team fight. Like, you can use the BKB, but then the tree just punches you and you're rooted, even though you BKB'd the overgrowth.
This is the hard knock life for Drow, and I'm not upset by that. Zero gets an easy time. Good win rates.
Ward.
Yeah, and he had the gem, so he did actually see the Clinks. The thinking about going in. Snake over the deep dive. Does he want to use the egg? Gets stunned up. The Hex comes out. The Ondis to protect him, though. There's the Overgrowth connecting on the 2 here. They're going to drop the Supernova. The Yule's coming out in design in the meantime, but he's stuck here. He's trying to move away the Decrepify. The stun's going to follow. Will it pop? The egg doesn't connect with the stun. It's going even deeper. Need to be careful, Snake. The egg is to get popped, and now you're pretty deep. The Hex is going to come out. No. They run down the second line. Blizzy with the Stampede and stop to get him away. Looks like they will be able to escape, but they just expended the Aegis, they expended the big ults, and they don't get anything for it.
Yeah, that was such a bad fight for them. I mean, that refresher on Centaur definitely paid off.
Chu's been found. Hexed up. Is he going to die here? They're going to have to get detection over here. Shaker's actually going to TP in now to see if he can do it. They look the wrong way. They'll finally see it. Pings come out. They know where Chu is. The Hex is there, and he'll fall.
NaVi, what are you doing?
I mean, cutting his losses. He wanted that tier 1.
The worst part is that tag was so unnecessary there even.
It felt desperate.
It felt so desperate because he wasn't in position for it to matter. I guess it's alright because the Clinks could have been... I mean, Clink still died there. He lost the Aegis, so...
I think even if you get don't get stunned and you put down the egg straight away, it doesn't matter. They're going to actually kill it quick enough. Because Chu still needed about 2 more seconds to get close enough for the Overgrowth. I mean, we saw it was a little bit desperate. He only hit 2 heroes in the end.
Yeah, he basically, I think Nisha was on point with the Gust, so the Phoenix got... This is the thing. The Phoenix took the dive range talent, and it's an awesome talent. It gives you so much mobility. But at the same time, with that talent, like, it's so much easier to interrupt that dive.
Jump in, stuns come out, they just evaporate through side, gonna move forward for more. Nisha down to half HP with the BKB trying to move away. The Storm with the 2, it's good. They're gonna be able to get rid of the Overshaker and get rid of the Ogre as well. The big supports are gone. Now they're gonna move forward with the Stampede. Ark's gonna stun himself though. No! Mana dodge, he done it!
There we go.
If they find him this huge here, they see him, the stun's gonna be there. The cliff ward pays off, they'll get the kill.
It's the eye.
Oh, the eye, yes.
Yeah, but so you don't feel bad they had a ward here all the time. So this eye is new.
That's
but
true.
The ward was always planted there to see Tinker. It's basically Tinker wards. And you can see the eyes.
Yeah, they basically replace wards with
yeah,
trees,
right? You see on
boys.
the top lane we have an eye, on the left lane we have it, and on the bottom as well.
And this is huge. Look at the net worth lead now, 17k. NaVi, they just came out of the base swinging, and Secret are very much on the back foot now.
Well, yeah. Dendi didn't die though. There's that.
So you're saying Dendi was a good pickup?
Dendi is not a problem. Dendi was right. Secret was left.
Like, he knows how NaVi think. You see, he knows. He knows these guys.
Crystallize, yeah.
He'll know Crystallize will come push, but he doesn't care. Like you said, he's got the cheese. Why does it matter to him? The Sunray as well to heal him up. He's looking for a target here. The Tinker won't give him. He might have to give over a lane though. He's going to slow things down a little bit, but he needs to be careful because Blizzy could jump on him at any second.
There we go, tier 3. I think you go for the shrines now.
Yeah, you respect the Shaker.
Yeah, you don't risk it that much. You play this patiently and you don't make any fights like they did under the tier 2 here, under the tier 3.
They've had, well, that's the other thing is we typically see a team that starts to take lead, they'll have what we call a throw fight, where it's the opportunity for the game to turn around because they get a little bit too cocky.
I mean, for me, this is still a huge throw by Secret, don't get me wrong. When they pushed into...
Oh yeah, I mean, but in NaVi's perspective, you compare it like Secret, throw fight after throw fight, whereas NaVi had one big cock up, and they seem to have, you know, they've sat down, they're going, all right, boys, focus, game.
They did recover, definitely. And I think, like, they stopped being picked off as well, and that's a huge part here. Like, they couldn't set up their fights because there was always someone missing. There was always one of these heroes dead. But right now, they're looking solid, and truth be told, it's harder to kill them. But
Puppy's gonna be dead here. Yeah, Hexed up, he can't escape.
Puppy is not too hard to kill. I mean, to be honest, considering that's a Clinks with, what, 22,000 net worth, that Ogre did take a bit to die, so...
But in actuality, you shouldn't even be there in the first place, right? You know that the Treant has his Ags now. You know he's going to have trees all over the place.
Yeah, so much vision, actually.
And that's the thing. In a normal type of game, past about the 25-minute mark, especially the past 5, your job is to just bodyguard someone. You shouldn't be out there alone at the 48-minute mark against a Treant with Axe.
Well, you could be farming the hard camp there for some reason. Why not? You're an ogre.
For some reason,
you're
sure.
Puppy. You need farm.
It's not like you got a GPM talent or anything.
Yeah, you need some farm, man. Come on.
Oh, Chu.
Look at Chu.
That's so deep. Yeah, so Ping comes out. There's the Overgrowth. The Hex follow-up. The buyback's going to be there, but the damage is too big. Nullifier as well. He needs to move away. The Supernova goes down. He can't do anything. This doesn't even use the Echo Slam. He's going to fall. Puppy then low on HP, needs to move away. He just bought back. He can't die like this. Hex is going to be there, but the Stampede to get Arc out. He'll be fine. They force 2 big buybacks there in their eyes because, of course, they need the Ogre to keep buffing things up, and they need that Shaker for the big ult.
They're big boys, that's what you mean, right?
Yeah.
Shaker and Ogre.
But
yeah,
that's the most
big
important
boys.
thing,
That's
I was going
what
to
it
say, is that it was crucial they didn't use the Echo there. Because if they did, NaVi don't leave. There's no reason to leave at that stage.
No, you still have the spam from the Tinker and the Drow, but they're very tanky, and it's really hard to deal with that tankiness.
Yeah, it's like attrition battle, right? It's like you poke them, they go back, they come again. With the Echo Slam, Chain Stun follow-up, you can actually kill them.
They wanted to end there, but 3 said, yo guys, wait, I want to use this Aghanim's. I don't get it really often. Let me just plant my happy little trees.
Let me just put one in their base, please, just one.
You know what he's gonna do now? He's gonna go and try to position the trees in such a way that he takes all 3 creep waves with his ultimate.
When it's gonna be one of those ones. Like,
yeah,
guys, I need these 6 slot. I've never been this rich before.
Yeah. So you'll never have like creeps on the lanes anymore.
Maybe like the best thing, like I wouldn't mind see him doing this, is actually sneak into their base, put the eyes right next to the fountain. So when someone buys back and tries to get involved in the fight, when he has that refresher, you refresh just to root them and stop them from coming back.
Actually, such a next level play. You must be like 8K at least. It sounds so good.
In my dreams.
This is a bit simpler, but it's a bit more effective, I think. Just landing these trees on the lane next to the cliffs, so that the Tinker cannot really freely farm. And
I'm talking as the game goes on. Of course, eventually he's going to run out of places to do. He needs to go in the base at some point.
Is the game going to go on for much longer? That's my question.
That's the question mark.
NaVi, they've got everything they need. Now it's only the question: can they play these team fights properly?
And that's the thing. We've got Treant Phoenix against the Tinker. This game could take a while if they're not careful.
Overgrowth.
Yep, he's just farming creep waves. You said, is he going to do it? He did slow down the Drow illusions a little bit, but they need to go back and deal with that.
I guess, yeah, someone has to deal with this push. Because even with the aura itself, like this tower can fall. She just has to use the aura, and that should be it.
Yeah, Auk is on his way across now. He needs to be quick, though.
Probably doesn't have it. Probably cooldown.
No, it looks like some cooldown. So they'll get lucky this time. That could have actually been a tower.
That could have been a tower, yeah, if he had the marksmanship up.
How long before this is the scenario we have where Secret only push by proxy via illusions and aura?
I mean, honestly, Tinker has reached his peak, but Drow hasn't. I think there's still room to grow for Drow. So eventually she's gonna be hitting really hard as well.
There's room to grow for Crystallize as well on this Clinks. He might find Zai. Oh no! He just placed the ward. He knows he's here. Crystallize.
Oh, he saw him. He saw him.
Zai might be in a little bit of trouble here. Gonna blink away though. The pings come out. They're gonna actually TP in the arc. They're gonna go for the TP out. He makes it. Just in time. That was awkwardly close though.
Manta.
No. I'll take the stun. I'll farm the creeps casually. But don't worry, my team is ready to rush.
It's not really easy to contest this rush either.
They did just use the overgrowth though.
They did.
And they'll know this. Problem is, now the creep waves are pushing in. If you don't actually shove them out, then guess what? NaVi knows.
They're gonna know for sure if Secret tries to defend this. But how do you do it? You're playing versus 3 and Phoenix. It's not really an easy fight for them around the pit right now.
They can deal with Vegas cheese refresher. You know, last time they wiped them. So
of course, I mean, NaVi dealt with the cheese and Aegis, not Secret.
That's what I'm saying.
That last time,
give him over. It seems whoever gets their hands on this Roche is cursed to die. Not once, but twice.
Cheese? Alright, Crystallize is gonna pick it up. And now they have to have a bit more stable team fight. You don't need to jump in like so far in front with this Phoenix. Just wait up for everyone to follow up and then go in. Use your spells properly, and I think there's no way they lose this. Look at this. Refresher on 3 end. Phoenix has A on disc, so if he dives in, it's very hard to kill him. Blizzy also has that refresher. Here we go. Let's
timestamp it. There's no way they lose this.
No.
Moves in. Just get rid of that ward. Go to work on the buildings. The armor does a lot of work at this point, taking a lot of damage. Dagon on him. Actually going to be forced to use the mana. Hasn't used the chemical rage yet though. Needs to be careful. Finally throw it out, but he's blocked in here. Arc in a little bit of trouble. There you go. Stampede. The X is saving. Now jumping in. No, the Hex coming out. Stops on point. Needs it with the BKB just in time. The Hex is going to be there. It won't stop Poppy though. They'll move away. They'll glyph up, but now they don't have the X. Going to soar pretty deep on Sneko. Puppey stunned up, needs to be careful. Hex is going to come out. Alchemist looking to move away, but the stun control is good. Fissure, there it is, move in the Hex, they're going to mount through this horsey beat, there is the egg again, to protect him, Nisha going to work the right clicks, has to move away though. The egg's going to go pop, Puppey's already down, Yap's on the side, still has the egg slam but doesn't want to use it. BKB from Mark's about to run out, but he's already Hexed up, going to chase on the side, gets the Decrepify up, the stomp follow up with the double edge, he's dead. They'll find him, buyback does come out. On side though, Nisha going to work, the gut's going to be there, he might be able to get Clinks once, but can you get him twice? Blizz's BKB now running out. They want to protect this Clinks, they can't let him die here. Fissure does stop the assistance. Hex coming out, life drain as well, going to get him low. Clinks, Hex, Zang! He goes down with the Dagon. There's the overgrowth coming out, the stop as well, moving in really quickly here. Side on half HP, Blizz is going to eat the cheese, try and stay alive. The Echo Slam control, connected on it too! There it is, Blizz is going to go down. Arc needs to get out of the base. The Decrepify is slowing him down as he tries to retreat. The Fissure, do they want to chase any further? They say no. We held again. We'll be happy with that.
Like, it's not only that they held, NaVi didn't take anything out of that. They did force a buyback on Zai's Pugna. That's definitely worth it, but you didn't take a Rax, a single Rax there. Like, not even the ranged one. And you had HSG's Refresher.
And they're risking it a lot actually, because at the start of that fight, Alk did almost die there.
Yeah, but that tag saved him, and I don't see the way for Secret to kill that egg anymore. I think it's one of the easiest game for Phoenix to cast the egg. As long as there's one hero alive, like Treant or Centaur, as long as they're around, the egg should not fall.
Basically, he waits on the egg until Drow uses the BKB, which means it runs out, and then you have to run away or get stunned.
Yeah, you don't have to even wait for... Now that she has Manta, so you have to be a bit careful, but you don't have to wait for the BKB, as there's always Overgrowth to help you out, and there's Refresher on that Treant too, so like he should have... Like, they should have enough control for this draw when the egg is planted.
It seems like right now the scenario is basically, can you kill the tree and can you kill the Shaker? Because these two alone are what is setting up what comes next.
Yeah, but it's very hard to catch either one of these two. The Shaker, with that Shadow Blade, always lurking from distance, using his fissures in such a smart way. And Tree, like, he's just a tree, invis far away.
Secret, they cut down that tree, which means the smoke is obvious now.
Well, it should be. I think if you are NaVi, you know that they're on a move. You have so many trees across the map, and they're basically you see the whole dire jungle. I mean, if you do not know that there's smoke, then there's something wrong.
Puppey, can he snipe the courier? No, he can't. He goes the wrong way.
Do you see the trees in the dire jungle?
I do. There are a few.
Just a few.
I like how the bot lane is very neglected in that regards. But Secret really haven't been playing this area. They've been unable to. They've been stuck on their own side of the map or in their base.
I mean, the dire jungle is also more valuable, right? Because of the proximity of Roshan's pit. So it makes sense that you ward it up first. Then later on, perhaps you put some trees in the Radiant jungle as well to farm those creeps every now and then. Unintentionally, obviously, they're just there for the vision. You aren't trying to steal anyone's farm.
Crystallized on the prowl again. No, not still on farm, okay? It's securing it. It would have went to the enemy team at some point.
Alright.
They're pretty deep on the side of NaVi here. Yap's with the Shadow Blade gonna move forward. They don't see him though. Things come out. Crystallize, needs to be careful about this. TP in from Arc. They want to ambush him with the blink away. He'll be fine.
Actually.
And Arc, he didn't stun himself.
Nice.
He's been, you know, we talk about improvement over years. Let's talk about improvement over games. We went from his little boy growing up. He went from stunning himself to never stunning himself. And that core, the Lincolns. Oh no, that.
There we go.
That's completed Lincolns for Drow. That's actually a big deal because we were just saying she always has to back away from trying to kill the egg. The Lincolns might have enabled her to hang around, but now.
I mean, to be honest, I don't even like that Lincolns too much here, but
it's so much money. It's something.
I understand it. Well, they are kind of choked out on Team Spirit, Team Secret. They're on the high ground, just waiting
Biding their time. And the gold lead continues to extend. It's not a mountain anymore, though. It's a nice hill to walk up.
It's not even diagonals. He gave shards away as well. So
it's true.
This Alchemist is...
turning everyone into a right clicker. Eventually we'll get to the point where there's a shard on the Phoenix.
He's selling roids to his team, basically. That's what he's doing.
He's that dealer.
Yeah.
Just like Ogre's
that
trying
guy,
to just pump his team
It's
up
good
with
for you,
steroids.
man. It's good for you, you know? Come on, take some, trust me.
Like Void is just...
It's healthy.
Like, Ogre's just there, just bumping his team up with the roids. And then on the other side, you just basically got the Alchemist open up his jacket, showing all kinds of drugs. And speaking of that, Ogre, hexed up, Crepify protects. Hex in return, down half HP. They're going to cover him, though. They'll be fine. Arc getting ready to stun himself once more, but he's got that Manta. Here we go, boys. Look at that.
Yeah,
See, it's all getting warmed up. Suddenly, Secret are back on the high ground, unable to do anything.
No.
They're just going to wait for Roche at this rate.
Just going to chill here, yeah.
It's a long spawn.
NaVi should just wait for the Roche. I think at least they shouldn't pressure this because it's really hard for them. At least it has been so far.
Coming out again just to push the waves. I like this actually because NaVi have a clear focus because those waves are already shut.
He actually tried to catch Puppy and Yapsor there.
They cut the tree.
But they cut the tree on time, yeah. So he was a bit too slow.
Puppy does not have old man reflexes. He knows what he's doing. He's been rejuvenated by the always youthful and energetic energies of Dendi. And as a result of that, that means that NaVi will not want to do anything until the overgrowth is available again. It's so critical to success in these team fights.
They do have that refresher, but
everyone's going to get refreshers at this rate.
It's unnecessary. Yeah, it's very unnecessary to waste it.
Like, NaVi have 3 heroes that are very good with refreshers. That's the thing. On the side of Secret, you've not really got many.
Do you have anyone, actually?
Shaker, maybe.
I mean,
there are other items. There's so many items.
That's a huge stretch, yeah. You don't really want that. So, it's looking really... it's looking like NaVi's game, honestly. If they do everything right, it shouldn't be hard for them to take this rush again, as it's really hard for Secret to run down the stairs even, yet alone go to the pit.
Well, this Alchemist is proving that communist societies can work, as he's sharing his gold around. Now they might try and share a kill. But who are they going to find with this smoke? Oh, Puppy! They didn't quite see him.
Your usual suspects?
Just, I mean, it's been more or less, if you actually saw his heat map right now, it's just a small patrol towards that tree on the side, near where the Centaur is, and then back again.
Oh, there we have a high ground ward.
I see everything. Stomp's going to come up. Puppy, they miss it. The Hex is going to be there. The follow-up might be good enough. The Hex and return it onto the Centaur. The Echo, he can't get the Stampede out. No! The Echo does get dropped. Crystallize going forward with the BKB. Looking onto the Overshaker, but no. He can't get him. Nullifier's going to be on Nisha. Pops the Lincoln. The Overgrowth is good. Can he kill him? No. There's a Grab Fight to protect. Sunray should finish him off. But now, in return, they're going to find the tree. The buyback is there from the Centaur, trying to get involved. Arc with the BKB still running. Finally going to run out. Nisha, Gus, forced up away. He's going to be fine. The Hex is going to be there, and it looks like he might stun himself up. Alk has no target. Can they go on to him here? That's the question. Crepify comes out, stuns, he's down to half HP. He needs to be careful, he needs some assistance. He's gone! They blow him up!
That damage.
That's the power of the E-Blade. It compels you, and as a result of that, NaVi are repelled once more by the side of Secret.
I actually did not expect him to die there, and the Centaur did commit his ulti there. But overall, I mean,
he bought back just to do that.
He bought back for that ultimate, and I understand it. It was good. What wasn't good is blinking in like that and missing that stun. I think it was a little bit problematic, and because of that, they turn on him, they just stun him, and they hex him, and he can't pop that ulti on time, so he has to buy back.
And Roche should be up soon, so Alk might be forced to buy back.
I mean, this could be huge for Secret if they can take this rush, because so far they weren't even able to step down from high ground, and now they're actually outside of their base, they're out pushing.
And now you have to hope they don't get a little bit too emboldened and think they should be pushing instead.
Yeah, I think they should definitely go for that rush. They shouldn't be pushing. Maybe this tier 2 on top lane is fine, but going for high ground is, I think, still very rough. So
if you do that, it buys enough time for Alk to be alive for the Roche fight.
Yeah.
If he has to commit that buyback, it's 10 times harder for the side of NaVi.
They've been sort of unlucky though with the Roche respawn timer. So that's bad for them.
They might actually go defend this on the side of NaVi. They have to assume it's going to be up.
Yeah, because I mean, what do they have? They have 15 seconds. It's very hard.
Yeah, Secret gonna go for it though. Dendi's here, alongside Puppy. Yeah. The crew back together.
I think NaVi is coming, but they might be too late.
They may be a little bit too slow.
But they can fight afterwards, perhaps. If you catch out the Tinker, you can still win a fight.
Oh, NaVi, they're taking the unusual route. Usually go across that ancient area.
Cheese? Anyone?
No one wants it. Chris lies on the hunt. Hex going to come out. They found Pugna on the back, but the BKB activated. They'll find him. They get him. And there's the stun. Puppy tried for the TP out. There's going to be a Abyssal follow-up, and he's down. 2 big kills there, but they do have buybacks.
It took the 2 ogres had a few seconds there to decide which items they want to toss.
Maybe if they picked them up straight away and moved away.
One side was, I want to drop the Quelling Blade. The other side was, I want to drop the smoke, and because of that, he actually dies there. If he instantly picked up that cheese, dropped the quelling, or whatever he dropped and picked the cheese, he could have survived, definitely.
I think we should drop the smoke.
No, we should drop the quelling void.
No, you dum-dum, it's money.
It's quelling void.
But money.
This is some Slavic ogre from not working out. Let's
This
give
is
up.
CIS ogre. Puppy understands.
This is basically how I've been talking last night, isn't it?
Okay. Not quite there. More fight and talk.
All right, they still can defend high ground, and they do have that Aegis, so they should be fine. They won't even force the ogre to buy back. But
And
I mean,
that's the thing. No one was forced to do it.
I mean, who cares about the ogre actually?
Who cares about buybacks?
To be honest, right now.
I mean, actually, in fairness, Zai did end up coming the buyback. We heard it a few seconds ago because he was a little bit reluctant, and that is actually very painful for Secret because now you've got this Aegis, but you've got this liability. If they find Zai, you're going to be a man down and no support coming.
What do you think about Nisha's Dagon? I mean, with the cooldown talent, he does have it, right? So
he's got so many items. He's planned to go for a Dagon.
50% cooldown and then Dagon.
Well, his right-clicking seems irrelevant at this point. I like that he's actually transitioning to a utility build because, yes, that cooldown talent is ridiculous. So the more items you've got that have activatables, the better. You go for things like a Hex, for example, the Dagon, the E-Blade. We actually saw how effective it was with the Decrepify.
Definitely. The Decrepify E-Blade plus Dagon, the Alchemist just disappears, so it's kind of alright. It's also strong versus Clinks. Clinks can never really... I mean, you can itemize in one way, like some Satanic or Skadi, I suppose, but it's not really the usual route right now, so you're going to be squishy throughout the game, and you can fall to the burst damage still. I definitely do like it.
Things are getting precarious here. Like we said, NaVi, despite not having the Aegis, they are still clearly in control of the map, and if you had any doubts, why don't you have a look at the amount of leaves on the minimap? This is Treant land. You trespass.
Like, Treant is having the game of his life, honestly.
I don't take kindly to use secret kind around here.
Look at this. Alchemist has actually went for a very, very late blade mail. And I like it somehow.
That's interesting, actually, yeah, because the zaps can work against you. Egg does get dropped here.
That's
a questionable egg, actually, because you've got no way of utilizing it. Art's going to move in and try and capitalize on blade mail's there. Puppy down to half HP, Hexed up, but no, the stun control in return. Need to move the Centaur away. There's the Overgrowth coming in. Needs your held in place for the BKB going to fight. Drew getting low, the second Overgrowth. No, he doesn't use the time. The Egg is saving. The Echo Slam does do enough, and now they're trapped. They can't escape. They're going to try and get Nisha out. Zai stands ground the life drain, but now Pop, they're ready to go for more. They're going to find the kill on the Earthshaker. Buybacks come out and both the supports for Secret. They need to hold this. Nisha getting low. Can they get him? No, they can't. They get the Alk. He's dead for 100 seconds. The Saps come out. The Hex is there. They're going to leave the Clinks behind. He's down for 100 as well. The buyback was used on the supports for Secret. They need to get even more, and they might be able to find it. Blizzy hexed up, stunned up, no way out. Been left behind by his team. They say, see you later, Senny.
Wait a little bit, and then...
Just take a little bit of time. There's a lot of match resistance here, and dead.
I mean, the fact that Secret are able to hold this so well and just commit 2 buybacks on the Ogre and the Shaker
it's huge discipline.
It's just huge discipline. It's just amazing. Not even the Aegis was lost on the Drow. I mean, it looked like NaVi was rushing it, but honestly, what they were trying to do, in my opinion at least, is like they know that they're not gonna get a clear initiation fight, right? You're basically playing versus a team that's just camping on the high ground, and versus these teams, like if you try to have a perfect initiation, something's gonna go wrong. So instead, they just try with that tag because the Phoenix has refresher, and when Secret gets a bit too optimistic or cocky because that tag has been thrown in such a bad way, maybe they will not reposition themselves very, very well.
Well, they're right to be cocky because they have a DD on Nisha and they force the buyback straight away. They almost took the tower in just a few hits. The Glyph is on cooldown as well.
Yeah.
Suddenly, Secret, they're out of their base. They're on the map. They're looking to do things, Liz.
Yeah, we talked about this. Oh, there we go. I was gonna say almost is not good enough versus a 3, but
don't worry, precision auras, they do their thing.
That last illusion with its last breath takes the tower down.
Nisha's just there like, I shall name you Timmy. You shall be remembered and have a memorial each year, for you have broken a building. And with that, things look a bit shaky for NaVi. This is not the first time they've went to the high ground and been repelled like that. And it's always Secret supports that end up buying back. They never have to commit too heavily with the Drow or the Tinker. And talking that Drow, because of the Aegis, you saw it in that fight. They didn't actually fully pile onto her. They just kited her, they hung around her, they tried to eliminate other people. But Tinker's never close enough.
Tinker shouldn't ever be close enough though. He's always out of range. It's his mobility, right? The blink, the rearm, blink again.
Yeah, you only get close if there's someone on their own.
He has Ether Lance as well.
He is feeling pretty rich. Dendi is definitely a big part of how they hold these high grounds.
And these trees everywhere. There we go again. Just take.
Look at Trian's net worth. He's just climbing. It's like Centaur, what? Pass 3 Trian, guys. Let's go.
I mean, he's higher than both of these offlaners, Zai and Centaur.
Oh yeah, Chu's having the time of his life.
Catching up to Dondo.
Transition to right-click build when.
I mean, all of them are really, really rich. You have the Phoenix with the refresher and the blink now as well.
I mean, Liz, we're 70 minutes into a game. I hope most people are rich by now.
Well, look at Augur. Look at Shaker. They aren't super rich, actually.
That's all those buybacks every time. Seneca's moving in. The ping's coming out. Crystallize Invis as well. They do see him. Hex going to be there. Pupp's going to be able to move away. There's prep fight to protect. BKB coming up. Crystallize. Means the side of Secret will go into full retreat. Just poking and prodding.
Yeah, these leaves are basically just creating so much space and so much. They are giving Navi so many good details, like where Secret is every single time, that they can always operate accordingly. They can always do the right moves. Like, they don't really always do them, but they could. They could arguably, and because of that, it's another reason why Shaker and Augur are this poor. Like, there's nowhere on the map for them to go. They have to be always as 5. They have, like, Secret has a lot of discipline in the way that they're playing. They're always as 5. They're always, like, their lines are really close, and no one is getting picked off. Because in a situation like this one, if, let's say Shaker dies outside of the base, they instantly threaten your high ground.
And it's that case that you're at a point where net worth is just a number. Don't get me wrong, you want some items, but you realize you're not really going to slow Navi's people down anymore. Yes, you'd like some more items on, for example, definitely Shaker, but it's not the end of the world if you're stuck doing this.
Puppy, it's the end of his role, maybe.
Stun's going to be there, Hex coming out, but Puppy's tanky. Yaps all covers with the fissure. Arc with the follow-up stun. Can they do the damage? Crab fight to protect. Stomp's going to be there. Hex in return on the Centaur. They're going to get him low, and Puppy forced up dart. That's going to be close, but it'll live.
The E-Blade, the crab fight,
everything just to keep their captain alive.
Please don't kick me,
Oh my god, look at that respawn. That Roche was like 3-second wait. And the pings come out. Navi know, courtesy of the Triad.
They instantly know.
Maybe this time just farm it, burn another 10 minutes, get a second Roche, have multiple refresher shards.
Is Secret gonna... I mean, they can try and contest this, but it's gonna be so hard.
They'll be seen coming, that's the problem. It's like once the creep waves aren't controlled.
It's not only that. Oh, well, they aren't really fast, but...
Also, Chu's positioning is fantastic here. Oh, Blizzy's getting ready. They came out of the base. They know it. Secret are not going to be quick enough here, and they just need to abort.
No way. They're going to go back now. They already realized it, I think.
There it is.
Should.
Aegis for the Alchemist, and understandable this time as he just gets blown up by the E-Blade Decrepify combo.
So we have the refresher on the Phoenix and the refresher shard.
Just a few.
It seems balanced, man.
Hey, if they can't do it with 2, surely they can do it with 3. You hope.
This next fight is gonna be a lot easier for Navi, but so far they've had a lot of whiffed easy fights, haven't they? Like, they have Aegis, they have Cheese, they have Refresher on everyone, and they still manage to lose. It's insane, actually.
Yep. There's a lot of discipline coming out from Secret. Let's see if they can keep it going in this next fight. Poppy. Let's be careful here. Arc, Hex, start taking a lot of damage. Can they get him? Maybe. He's not in range for the egg, but they're going to pop it anyway. Moving forward, Arc. Going to look for this stun opportunity to use the Chemical Rage. Going to go forward. There's going to be a move. They're going to look for it. They're going to get it. Puppy down. Now chase ball for more. Stampede's there. Arc on the hunt. They found a Tinker. Dendi's too far. They get him. They can force the buyback straight away. The egg once more. The overgrowth is good. It creates the space they need. Crystallize going to work the BKB onto the Earthshake. He'll get him. He's down for 125 seconds. Doesn't have buyback. And now Zai forced to hold. The Zap's going to come out, but it's not enough. Arc's feeling good. With all the Dagons, he still doesn't care. The egg once more. Can Nisha do it quick enough? No. No, he can't. Forced up to get him away. It looks like he'll escape. The nullify projectile is not quick enough. But now you're in peril. Your supports do not have buyback. You need to regen up. And Navi have 5 plus an Aegis. They'll go for the building. Spot lane. It's the first target. You need to get them out right now. Tinker can try and spam a little bit, but I'm not sure they care. They're so damn tanky. Blizzy will have the Stampede available soon. Crystallize. He's looking for a target. There it is. The Hex comes out. He's found it. They're going to have to move forward. The Hex will return. They'll be able to protect Zai. He's staying alive. Spirit Fest game low. No, he's gone. They get him. He doesn't have a way back into this. And now Nisha going to have to be forced away. The Gust's going to be there, but it's so tanky. Sentai's going to go down. They'll get it. The Overgrowth, movement in, Arc, hexed up, he can't throw the stun just yet, but no, Deadly, he can't get out the Gust! It's gonna keep him alive! From the high ground, they hold Nisha on point with the Gust again and again, but they've been caroused in their base. Two dies are found, they're gonna find him, Deadly's gone, Nisha alone here with the BKB. The Gust is gonna come out, and Alchemist has to move away. He should be fine, but all this time, it's just space for Crystallize to take the base. Arc does not give a damn.
Yeah, dive the fountain, boys. Come on. Leave the rest.
He's going deep. He's going super deep. He has to. The Hex is going to come out. And now they're going to control him up with the Abyssal as well. Arc getting down to low HP. Sunray's going to be there. Spirit Vessel as well. The right click's coming out. There's a Gust once more. But Nisha, he's burning up quick. He needs to be careful. If he gets touched by the Achievers, he may be over. Going to turn around. There's a buyback coming out from the center. He does have Stampede available.
Shaker has a buyback now as well. But
here's the problem. You're chemical raised on that Alchemist again. What do you do against him? Puppy's low. That's a little bit too far forward. So they go with a blink aggressively. How often do you see Phoenixes pick up blinks? And they're going to go for the throw. No Shaker for 10 seconds. There's a Divine Rapier actually coming.
A Divine? Yeah, why not at this point?
Wait, no, Drow has it. Nisha has a Rapier.
All right.
They can maybe get him. If they hit the Gust, then Arc is dead, but Crystallize on the back, we're looking at the opportunity. Hex are going to come out. The BKB from Crystallize trying to go work. There's going to be another egg. They need to get him out. Nisha's going to stay alive. They did buy back on Zai, but they can't do enough to kill off Crystallize. Switching the items this Drow does, just laying them on the floor. It's like, which shoes should I wear today? Well, they'll stampede out. They respect the fact that Drow has decided she's sick of utility. She wants to be a right-clicker again.
I mean, you're still playing versus a Tinker, and
in
all honesty, yeah, Secret can choose to defend the throne, but yeah, they're gonna do it because Drow has Rapier. If she didn't have Rapier, I think at this point, it's very hard for you to expect that you're gonna win. Because they're just gonna reset with all their spells and all their items with the refreshers. I mean, let's be honest. Even if you do win a team fight, you can't push because of all the leaves. They're just gonna.
This is the conundrum.
They're just gonna cut waves with 3, so it's very difficult. There's still hope for. I can't do this. I can't lie to the people,
okay,
guys.
It's basically a case of the Tinker can hold the base, but that means whenever you go to fight, you're going to be 4 versus 5. You have to choose very select locations to fight.
You have the Rapier. You have the Rapier on Drow. Let's go.
Yeah, let's be totally honest here. The Drow,
easy. You cheers for them. I remained loyal.
You got to believe. If this game was over, they tap out already.
Yeah, of course. Puppy has something planned here. That's what.
More Rapiers.
More Rapiers for everyone.
Rapieros for everyone.
For Puppy.
You know
for
what
Puppy especially, so he can club them.
NaVi is communist with gold. Secret communist with Rapiers. Evens it out. Crystallize has a DD.
This Lynx has a shard. Shard double damage.
He's hitting hard and fast. They ping out. Wards are down. Yapso needs to be careful. He can't get caught out like this. He does not have... No moving in. Puppy stunned up here. Going to go to work. There's the echo on the back foot, but Crystallize, no, it's bluff. He's got the BKB. The Nullify interrupts him. He's going to go down. He does have the buyback, but now he has no echo. They're going to find a kill on the Drow. Immediate buyback. The Raven's on the ground. The Overgrowth is huge. And now the Egg's going to go pop. They're trapped in the fountain. What do you do? Blizzy move forward for more. They're going to find them. They get rid of Tinker. Going to go in. More egg. Egg after egg
GG.
after egg. Enjoy your full English breakfast because we're going to have a game 3. And you know what? You know what? Refresher plus Refresher Shard was enough for the Phoenix this time.
Was it? So you basically need 2 refreshers to win. That's what it is.
There you go.
That's what, one is not enough. That one Refresher Shard was not enough. But honestly, it looked rough. In the laning stage, you think, all right, they have stolen the Ogre plus the Drow. They're looking so strong. But then they don't really pick anything against the Alchemist, and they don't draft anything against the Phoenix. And I think those 2 heroes were their biggest problems right now. You couldn't shut down the Alchemist on the lane, and you couldn't deal with the Egg later on. So, like, usually having Aghanim's on Phoenix can be really good, but it's dangerous, because you take a target in, that leaves the fight 3 versus 5, and perhaps if you don't have enough, many disables, they instantly go on that Egg.
And like you said, they didn't have the means, they didn't have the right clicks. Their right clicker was building utility, and you know what? You got baited. You heard me say Secret, you went and threw your bets on it, but no. Dendy was not enough. NaVi struck back, and we'll be going to a game 3. But before we even do that, we need to get a full analysis of that second game, and we've got a special panel to help you with that.
Place your bets at gg.bet. Most popular esports titles. Deposit with convenient payment options. Cool mini games. And 24/7 support for players. Sign up now for the best esports bets at gg.bet.
Virtus Pro are joining the Brawl. For the first time in this season, the full roster of Bears will be playing against Team Spirit at the Maincast Autumn Brawl, live on the Dota 2 MC Twitch channel.
What a game, and we're going to have another one as well. It is tied, NaVi versus Secret. Secret, of course, with Dendy as a stand-in, and we have Dendy dropping a game to his former squad. And in what fashion as well? This game started very favorite for Secret, and then at some point, NaVi was just running away with it. We have this green room, we watch the games there, and at some point we went to the studio because it's like, okay, you know, game's over. This was probably about 45 minutes into the game. And then the game lasted another 45 minutes, almost. Here with Kyle, Fogged and Gods. I mean, we've been sitting here for a while now. This game, this was a crazy base defense, the literal defense of the ancient gods.
Yeah, Tree and Ags has this techies-like effect on the game where it's like, this game's going to drag out a bit. You're not leaving your base. I mean, it's kind of the reverse techies in a sense where it drags the game because the other team can't leave, whereas techies is it drags the game because the other team can't push. But it got weird once those Ag Scepters came into play. The big concern for me with why Secret kind of fell short was they just couldn't ever kill this Phoenix egg. It was first 2 picked, they had the Drought, but then they picked Pugna as well as Tinker with it. Neither of these heroes ever hit the egg.
I think it's kind of the story of both games so far is that the losing team doesn't really address the enemy side's opener, and it feels like it's just super effective against them. But this is a great Phoenix tree setup from NaVi, and I think what's really important is that the Alchemist had 3 incredibly good Ags recipients, and he also was buying a Hyperstar, a Moon Shard for the Clinks. So usually Alch drafts will fall off, but if you have these heroes that can utilize Ags this well, like it actually kind of gave them a late game advantage. And even though you would look at Navi's lineup, or sorry, Secret's lineup, and think that they would take it later on, like we were talking about how we don't think they went Dagons fast enough. You were talking about that, Fog?
Yeah, I mean, I was just going to talk about items in general. I loved Navi's itemization across the board. The early Blink Dagger on the tree so that he can always be in place for the egg. So even when they maybe could have killed the egg, the roots time and time again kept catching everybody. I thought, yeah, everybody on Navi pretty much did their job and executed really well. On Secret, I want to say that I think when they were pushing, they didn't have reveal a couple of times, right? They just got walked in on by the Clinks in the tree during their crucial time. Like, this is when they have to be like, trying to end the game versus this Alk because of those recipients of the Aghanims. And like, this actually was, like, the tree Phoenix was picked in the first 2, right? And they didn't, like you said, didn't address too much. And the tree Aghanims was actually, like, so strong. Yeah. Like, they had vision everywhere on the map, and their Versa Tinker. It was actually just, like, the dream for this tree.
Yeah, and it's once again, just, like, feels like pretty... not obvious draft flaws from Secret, but you can see, you know, again, the Earthshaker Ogre is picked, and again, it loses. They did play it better than we saw other teams in this tournament, but it just still feels very underwhelming, and there's no right-clicker with a Drow lineup. And this egg, like, how do you push into this combo? Why are you pushing into this combo?
They actually have Aegis and Cheese, I believe, on NaVi in this fight, too.
Yeah.
This was that was a very bizarre push.
Yeah, I just felt like, I mean, I just felt like they couldn't kill anybody either. They just didn't, they had massive damage issues. That's why I forgot you mentioned about the Dagon thing. Yeah. I thought they were going to, I thought the Tinker, I thought Dendy was going to get an early Dagon 5 in this game just so we can burst down the Clinks and go for like the Alchemist. Because it really did seem that they just couldn't kill people at one point. Once the Aghanims on the Stampede, yeah, just, they definitely had massive damage issues.
And then it gets even worse if the Clinks has an Ag, or sorry, the Phoenix has an Ags, and now he's just saving and getting a full reset off. The Centaur has an Ag, so the damage reduction, and it just, you can't do anything. The NaVi, wow, how do I keep confusing? You know, it's because they're playing with standards and everything, and I keep thinking Dendy.
You see Dendy, you think NaVi,
It's a tough habit to break, but they actually couldn't end the game until they were able to invade the enemy fountain. That's just the product of the heroes you're playing against.
They never went Spirit Vessel. I was checking in the game to see if Puppy actually did. He went Urn, but he never finished a Spirit Vessel in a game versus Phoenix Tree and Alchemist, all heroes that heal like massively. I really thought they'd get a Spirit Vessel early this game.
You need to. That's like rule number 1, right?
Yeah.
Against Alk specifically.
I mean, sure, he's got BKBs and Mantas and all that, but like, he had an urn anyway, right? it was a bit weird for me. But overall, I mean, NaVi played pretty well around their team fight. That was the biggest thing for me. Their execution in team fights was pretty damn excellent with the Tree Phoenix that they opened with.
Yeah, they went down to racks fairly early on and just, held on.
Yeah.
Had the Alchemist. They made a few mistakes. I think when Alchemist came online with Radiance, got picked off a couple times, maybe a bit unnecessarily, but ultimately they knew they were going to have this big team fight.
Yeah.
And the Tree, I felt like Sineko played an excellent game. The Tree roots are on point, proving why this hero gets banned a lot in the region. And then, again, the increased distance on that Supernova is crazy.
Yeah.
I swear, it's like literally more than the screen of distance, and it just seemed to hit 3 or 4 heroes per activation. The couple times that it went down, it really didn't matter because they'd be winning the fight anyway. I like the Alchemist as a finisher. That was their 10th pick. It was really nice because it gives you that setup stun, and you just have this damage. I don't. It's not even damage. Like, they just abused the fact that Secret couldn't kill anybody.
Yeah. How's the damage? Oh, I can't wait to see damage numbers after.
Dandy's going to be
I want to see how high
150k or something.
Yeah. I mean, Crystallized too played excellent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Blizzy of course had the roughest game, but I think he still did his job pretty well. I saw him landing like multiple 2-hero stuns.
And he's going in first.
Yeah.
So
look at that gold.
Yeah.
Is
Everyone
that 85,000?
Yep. That is 85,000.
That's a lot. All right, here we go.
Here you go.
Oh, I thought it was going to be higher.
Only
86.
I mean, it's a lot.
That's a lot.
Snake
And 0 tower damage. Not a
Snake
single
is
right click.
really, really high too, because those supernovas not getting interrupted at all. Look at that, 43,000 on a Phoenix. That's he's more than both supports on the side of Secret.
Yeah, the Clinks as well is kind of a key pick too. I think that's a really strong Drow hero that you don't really anti-Drow hero that we just don't see picked up very much. But I think Sniper, Clinks, these heroes that can outrange Drow are very effective. And you also have the ability, of course, to dodge all the projectiles, Tinker's throwing out the Drow attacks, etc. Just nice, well-crafted lineup. It looks balanced, and it's so much easier for your players to excel when they're given more options around the map. Like this is like a dream Clinks game where you have a bunch of frontliners, you have heroes that can set up plays for you around the map. Like it feels you can pretty much just run around the map, and organically as the game continues, you're gonna find things to do and contribute.
It feels like the Clinks pick is why Secret went down this Pugna Tinker route too.
Yeah.
It's like they saw that and they're like, ooh, let's not go for these right clickers because Clinks is strafe. Let's pick, a Tinker. He's got some nukes that don't care about strafe. You got the Hex, and same for the Pugna. You've got this magic damage against the Clinks, which sounds a lot better, but end of the day, it was the Phoenix Egg, the team fight, and just the fact they had no right click or no damage that caused them more problems.
Yeah, like they opened with Drow and Ogre, this like Bloodlust as well as Aura, and then they didn't actually pick anything else that worked with it, which is a bit weird for me from Secret.
I think if they had done that, like if there's a Morphling perhaps, then this game goes much better for them. And wow, this is
we're
very
already.
Hello.
Okay.
Dazzle Beastmaster.
Dazzle Beast.
What's happening?
That's some old school Navi
patch
right
on?
there.
Dazzle is a hero, guys?
I've seen Dazzle in a lot of pubs.
Dazzle
lately.
is a hero mid nowadays.
this is
and sometimes offlane
I've seen some
support.
offlane too. Yeah. I've seen
And right there, they remove Grave from the game. That's probably going to be a support axe played by Puppy. I love that decision here. I also am very surprised they got Drow. It's Secret also banning Wyvern. We've been talking about that backstage. Like, at both games, Wyvern was just untouched. And we see that as the go-to pivotal Drow counter. And now Secret's just banning it out third, even though it was ignored. So they agree, but I'm surprised that they waited until game 3 to take it out of the pool.
Yeah.
They take out the tree as well. I think that was a necessary edit.
Yeah, that Beastmaster Dazzle. I mean, Dazzle. I mean, versus Drow, the armor is great and all that, but I just haven't seen either of these heroes. Right? I haven't seen them in ages.
Yeah.
And to open with it as well. It feels like it could be a nice, end with it. Nobody's going to expect a Beastmaster, but they open with it. So I guess it also makes Secret question, like, what they must have a plan. This must be... they must have had Pocket Spat or something like that.
They picked this Ogre very quickly. It seems like they want to play.
They know exactly what they're doing.
Like aggressive style where they're going to be having all these auras, the Bloodlust with the Beastmaster aura, just run at them, push quickly, take a lot of towers. Don't let this Drow strat come online. It's kind of what Navi's saying right now.
Yeah. Dazzle is pretty cool against Drow if the game gets to a certain point just because of the weave.
Yeah.
So you just effectively can ignore the damage of the Drow lineup. Usually they're very physical damage heavy.
However, there is the dunk, right?
Yep.
The axe is the big thing that we always have to watch out for. versus that.
I'm so happy that there's support axe in the meta now. It's such a great hero to watch.
It's definitely a fun hero.
It's the most satisfying kill sound is
No.
a
It
successful execution. And
It is.
totally unrelated, but I swear Dota has some of the most pleasing sound sound
I
effects.
thought Lion's
all of it.
ultimate.
Lions is good. Dude, mana break. Just AM.
Dude, it just-
mana break is so satisfying.
I'm telling you, play other games, you really you don't realize how much you take Dota's sounds for granted. Like the different attack animations, the spells, and not just the how easy it is to track spells on the screen, like to notice the animations and expect what's coming. Everything. It's just such a beautiful game.
It is actually surprising how subconsciously you're able to recognize all the different attack sounds. It's not something that you think about, but if you're actually playing the game
Yeah.
or watching the game for that matter, you automatically know who's around without even seeing it, which is pretty
It's a
amazing.
good game for a content piece. Do a mini attack animation mini game where you have to act it out and other people have to guess.
How can you act out an attack? I mean, I
You
guess
could,
this
say
is,
it. Okay, so
this
you
is
could say it.
Bloodseeker, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple.
But there's no,
Willow.
Cool with Brow. I hope it's
Good way to
core.
peel. Great
Yeah.
way to peel off the draw.
Yeah.
but I thought Willow was dead yesterday. We didn't see a single Willow, and I heard someone say why is there no Willow? And it's Willow is dead. Okay.
Terrible in lanes.
Yeah.
Okay,
much
so
weaker
why
in
is she
lanes.
good here?
Has a draw.
I think it's going to be a core. And I think core Willow, you have a lesser period of time where you're super weak because you're just leveling up faster. And the nerfs to her really just lowered her damage output at those early levels. But it's still an incredibly effective hero. If you get to the point where you're level 12, maybe you have a Blink Dagger. That's a very threatening hero still.
Oh, I had a point. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about the axe actually. I'm really happy to see people actually doing the 4 and spin build. I think
Yeah.
we saw NaVi was the one doing 4 and battle hunger, and then he fell off. He couldn't farm or push lanes out as his axe. I just want to touch on that one.
I like 2
Sorry.
points because it doubles the damage.
Yeah.
Does it? Yeah, it's 5, 10, 15, 20 per second. Right?
On battle hunger, it's
Battle-
much more than that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, sorry. It's 8, 16,
24.
Yeah.
24, 32.
Yep.
Or yeah. That's or it could start at 16 and go up to 40. I'm pretty sure
It
it
goes
starts
to
at
another
8.
starts
Clinks.
16 up to 40. Pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure that
It's fine.
I'm wrong. I gotta get used to
It's
this.
more than 8. That's
Yeah.
for damn sure.
It used to-
That's not a lot.
I don't remember.
Pretty sure
Clinks,
16.
Clinks again. I like it. It's a much harder Clinks game, specifically because Axe is in the pool, and that is the hero that I would say is the counter to Clinks, and really all of these heroes that are burst physical damage based because they can't stop themselves from killing on Blade Mail.
Yep.
So Blink Blade Mail just ends your life. You can't itemize against it. Lifesteal isn't enough. BKB doesn't have any effect. There's no real way to play around it.
You can't get graved. You're just
Yep.
gonna get dunked. Yep.
Your teammates buy Yules, I guess, is what normally
Yeah.
you ask for when you're playing against an axe. Is someone please get Yules and use it ASAP when I get cold.
Yep. It's a cool draft once again for Clinks. You have a nice you want heroes that push lanes, and that's Beastmaster, and you also want a vision advantage. They had Invis heroes last game. Now you have the Hawk. You've got Ogre walking around, Beastmaster shoving. You don't want to feel pressured as a Clinks to do to be forced into any actions. You want to be able to farm casually, maybe go to a side lane, run around,
And he's boosted too. He's got Dazzle and Ogre, right? Bloodlust plus Weave.
Yep.
Make him do quite a lot.
and
of
the
damage.
attack speed aura from the Beast.
This time though,
that's
Visage is not banned, and Visage is picked to go with the draw.
I feel like
Just scary.
core
selection.
Visage this game though.
I think
you guys
so.
talking about the puppy axe, which
This is where I think that the Navi lineup, we're talking about how much damage this Clinks can do, but realistically, they already kind of have damage problems. Just because they're very buff focused, and a Visage can just get a Grave Chill off on the Clinks. They can itemize very defensively.
They
Willow
also-
can avoid damage.
yeah.
They have no
Axe
team
loves
fight.
taking damage. Yep.
Navi has no team fight really.
No real.
Between this right now.
But if you're saying that Drow is a core, and Willow is a core, and Visage is a core, who's playing what?
I think Willow's a support.
I think
personally.
Willow's the
I think
Absol.
that's
probably
Absol,
is.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He plays it a
They're-
lot in pubs.
They're looking at a last pick for an offlaner probably. Unless they want to do Visage as a 3, which I think works fine. Visage to me is a support. What we saw, it worked in game 1, yes, but Visage as support is bad. That could have been any other hero for me. Yeah, it's nice when you have the Drower to have a hero like Visage, but it doesn't give you anything from a support role.
Fair enough.
They banned the TA on Navi. They could be thinking about Alina, but that's
Lena is
banned.
banned.
They last banned the Alk. I think that's a good decision here. Just
Yeah,
because
especially after that last game.
Yeah, and look at how it would once again fit into the Navi lineup. It's perfect. There's just so much natural synergy, and it feels like that hero just kind of fills a lot of gaps in drafts, and it just fits seamlessly into what Navi's got right now. They'll be hard pressed to replace it, I feel, because they need a frontliner. They preferably want something that can do some physical damage, like, you know, scale.
Yeah.
And you kind of need team fight too.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what the last pick for NaVi could be. For Secret,
Ooh, Nature's Medusa.
ooh,
Drown
Secret's
Medusa.
not taking any prisoners.
Okay. So
It's very
could just
good.
be an Axe core now, I guess.
No,
You think
it's
that
Axe
it's still
5.
Visage 3 and then the Axe 5?
Yeah.
NaVi's has very little team fight, and they are all physical damage. They actually have like no magic at all in their lineup either.
It's very tough to deal with the Medusa in this game
Yeah.
too, because you can't kill her with these Beast, Dazzle, Ogre heroes. They get zoned out by the combination of the obviously split shot, and then when she pops Stone Gaze, you're just forced to turn and run.
More physical.
I like that.
You talk about
That's-
sniper
distance.
against Drow,
Yeah.
Yeah.
outranging a Drow, you're outranging Medusa.
Yeah.
Ranging Medusa.
That's two outrangers. Yeah.
the
that's a good
problem
point.
they're gonna have is damage. They need to. It's scary to say this, like, to go late against a Drow Medusa lineup, but they need to get ahead and then like stay ahead, and then once the sniper is like mega farmed, they'll just crush through the game. But it's tough to get to that point.
He needs all the items, and he's not a hero that farms particularly well. Like, unlike a Medusa, who you get your Mask Madness, you hit up some Ancients, you're set.
I'm just concerned like Medusa's gonna get out of control,
Yeah,
and
same.
Willow's gonna get a blink and go directly for the sniper every single engagement. I think that the Axe makes their lane stronger as well. It's a tough game for NaVi, but I think this is the most even draft of the series this far. But Secret wins.
Anything to add?
I think they're just gonna have horrible problems to get on top of this Deuce to kill her. Like once Stone Gaze is popped, everyone's just like you're gonna rely on what your Clinks and your Sniper being far away enough to be able to kill her. But I think there's gonna be damage issues.
Favoriting Secret as well?
I am. I don't think it's as even as Kyle says. I'm feeling more about Secret's draft just because of the Sniper Clink, so single target, no team fight whatsoever. I think they're going to have big problems taking
right.
Medusa down.
Agreed.
Game number 3 of the quarterfinals for the Maincast Autumn Brawl coming your way with Killer Pigeon and Lizard.
Thanks, Sheaves. And are we going for that one? Okay. NaVi, 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 NaVi. What can I say? You got me. They got me back on that one because that was an amazing game coming out from both sides. And
I mean,
these drafts are very even.
What does the panel know? Come on, they take anyone to sit there. Like, I was there yesterday. Like, let's not listen. I mean, yeah, the Secrets might have a small edge here with the draft. I have to agree there. But overall,
it is basically at its heart.
the draft from NaVi is also very interesting. We're seeing that Dazzle and the Beastmasters, heroes that we haven't seen in ages now. So overall, even the Sniper that got picked in the end, it's like,
Yeah.
While Secrets draft is basically just meta. I still think that there is chance for NaVi. I don't think it's like an outdraft like the last game. It's not as good as the last game, but I think the drafts are kind of similar here.
It's also the case of, we've talked about it before when we see new heroes that haven't been seen for a while come out. It's that different play style of Vige. For example, Beastmaster and Dazzle. These heroes have been untouched for quite a while. Beastmaster, very popular earlier this year, and then seemingly fell off the side of a cliff. No one wanted to touch him.
Right now we see Puppy on this Visage. I wonder if this is going to be the lane or because I wouldn't like seeing Puppy plus Visage here. I mean, Visage plus Zai here. I'd rather see Dark Willow plus Zai and Puppy going top. But it seems like that's the way they want to lane.
Sneko, he doesn't care about this. He's a tanky boy. But yeah, we'll see how they're going to lane it. Like you said.
He has to run away though, all the way around. And
Well, he could go for the TP. The Brahma made them cooldown.
yeah, he even stopped there for a bit just to
Yeah,
troll.
Puppy's had enough of this. It's like, no, to the lane.
All right. Well, now what's happening is Puppy is on top, and he's Visage Drow lane. And Visage Drow is usually a good strategy, but it's not the strongest lane, especially if it's only the two of them. So that might be a little bit problematic for Team Secret.
And people believe in the power of Team Secret here. Of course, it is a similar draft at its heart to the first game with the Drow plus Visage. You know, there's other elements to it. You can't just leave it at that. Like we said, there's these unique different heroes. I think the big question mark on will it work or won't it is definitely going to be the Sniper for NaVi.
Yeah, Sniper should be doing fairly well versus Luza on mid. But this lane is very interesting as I think Blizzy and Shu should be able to stomp them. I think they are much stronger on this lane. I don't think that Visage is a strong laner as a support, especially as a position 5. Yeah, he has the nuke and the Grave Chill, but like,
It's full defensive, really.
I mean, Dazzle is also a hero that we haven't seen a lot, but I think he's still much better. Yeah, it's full defensive, you want to get levels and just pull, but like you don't really contribute in the laning stage. Like your contribution is very negligible.
And what they've basically done inside NaVi is with the Dazzle plus the Beastmaster, they're going to shove very hard. Which means they can go with the creep wave and they can aggress you under tower.
Yeah, and with the poison touch, you can get rid of the armor stacks if he's got them.
Oh, Dendy's getting low. One more tap, they get him. He actually used a salve as well.
Or you can get rid of Dandy, actually. That's also a good thing.
Well, you know, it worked out for NaVi if you go by the start of this match.
Let's
not go there.
Let's not do that.
They get rid of him from the team, and now they get rid of him in the lane.
Rough.
It's rough. You know,
I mean, the thing is, Blizzy has decent attack animation and attack speed, and with that poison touch, they're gonna keep on reapplying it if you aren't careful.
That's true. And that should be a lesson to the side Secret on how they need to do this lane. They need to be a lot more precautious. You can't underestimate the damage that comes out from those two. And they're just trying to pressure crystallize, but when he casually has enough time to sidestep every Bramble Maze.
The thing is, Drow is here, and they're rotating. They want the axe on the top lane. They realized this lane is not working for them. But there's absolutely nothing stopping NaVi from doing the same. They can just rotate their heroes as well and just port.
Yep, they didn't get any value either.
Yeah.
We talk about going for a kill with a second core in the lane before TPing out.
Yeah,
and
they couldn't because they already tried the same.
Yeah, they done
second.
too soon by the looks of it. Because the Drow wasn't close enough to use Frost Arrows at all.
The Drow doesn't contribute much there, but at least the Frost Arrows would have helped. That's definitely true. And so far, Dusa is actually leading in CS on mid, but I don't think Sniper is going to struggle a whole lot at all.
No,
or
as
that
this
he
goes
should
on.
struggle a whole lot.
Yeah, like Dusa needs more time to farm than a Sniper. Sniper can get involved sooner.
Also, another thing here. So usually, you see an axe as a counter to Shallow Grave, right? It's really good. You can't really use Shallow Grave, but however, Dazzle versus Axe on the lane is pretty strong. Axe always wants those creeps to be hitting him so he can spin. Well, you get Dazzle also wants those creeps around Axe so he can heal them up. So
Big fat heal bombs, yeah. It's worrisome for him, especially seeing as he's not going to get much help from Puppey, where he said it's not that type of support. It can't really get up in your face. And while you could usually argue, oh yeah, you got Battle Hunger, you can run at them with the Grave Chill as well. Like you said, there's going to be a heal bomb coming out. You don't want to be in the center of that.
he has that nice nuke to work with, but it's not really awesome. And we can see here already Zai is struggling.
A lot. There's an Invis Room pick up by Arc. He's a little bit too low to try and do anything with it against Dusa.
Yeah, it's kind of impossible for him to get the solo kill right now. Dusa is on 50% HP, but that's relevant.
So the notable thing on both lanes right now is how hard NaVi are pressuring up to the tower. And it's forcing Secret to always be present in front of the wave. There's no chance they try and sneak around for a gank or go mid, because if they don't show, they get pushed.
I mean, to be honest, NaVi is doing a fantastic job on these two side lanes. The mid lane, yeah, is struggling. Well, not super struggling, right? Because it's 20 last hits of Dusa, 16 of Sniper. I actually expected Sniper to do a bit better, but their other lanes are doing so well. So far, at least.
Blizzard takes a little bit of damage, but once again, the power Dazzle compels you to back off more than the Axe.
Yeah, the Axe wants to continue pursuing, and then the poison is reapplied and reapplied and reapplied. Takes so much damage.
As a result, that's going to be 2 runes apiece. But in the end, oh, there it is. I was waiting for that noise. My favorite bounty noise in the game. Definitely the Beastmaster.
Yeah, it's really good. They talked about sounds, and the voices are also so well done in Dota. It's insane. What happens after the laning stage? You still do have that Visage with level 6 Drow, level 6 Visage. Those birds are gonna sting quite hard, right? And this Dusa, she had a decent laning stage now. She will be able to get even more from the jungle, from the ancient stacks, from the holy triangle. So there is still a way for Secret to come back, definitely, even though their laning stage is bad.
Getting low here. Shu even lower though, needs to move away. Soul Assumption did a lot of work. Zai has to back away, can't look to finish the kill. Shu needs to be careful because Puppy's hunting. Soul Assumption, he can't get the vision though. Shu, there's going to be Grave Chill's going to come out. The axe is being thrown onto Puppy, but he's fast enough to move away. Thus the Dazzle does fall and the Visage lifts.
That's actually really good for them. They don't have the Shrine though, and because of that, Zai does not have any regen.
Yeah, that's problematic. Puppy already TP'd back to base. He should be bringing regen out with him, but he'll be walking.
Yeah, he's gonna have to use the courier for an extra salve and tranquils.
I mean, honestly, at this point, you could just give it to Visage.
Yeah, I agree. Like
it's a little bit faster.
It's a little bit faster, but then you're using the courier, so.
Sneko. It'll be slowed down, rooted up. Curse Crown should proc. Crystallize going to move across. Just force Dendi away with the strafe. Dendi actually skirting the line here. One more tap would have done it. Sneko will be able to move away. Shadow Realm shouldn't do enough damage to kill him off. Decides to go for Crystallize. That's a smart choice actually, because of course Ogre has a lot of regen.
Yeah, it's smart to harass the carry as well, but he has a salve, so he doesn't really feel too pressured.
Puppy down half HP already, used the Grave Chill. Zai getting low as well, needs to back away. They are not winning these trades. I mean, if you poke and prod, you sometimes get a kill on the Dazzle, but Beastmaster is the big winner.
I mean, as soon as you go into the creep wave, you just take so much damage from the heal bomb. And Shu, so far, he actually had the poison maxed. It was 2 levels in poison, 1 level in heal. Now he has 2 levels in heal. I wonder if he's gonna even go for Grave on this lane. You can go 3 levels in heal here. I mean, the problem with that is, once you start leveling Grave, it's gonna be short-ranged because you're gonna be struggling with those levels, and you won't be able to level up that Grave enough, and because of that, it's gonna be hard to position yourself.
Puppy getting low, Fairy fires up, she trying to stay alive, the spins come out, they'll still get the kill on the Puppy, and now Yaps will rotate here, Blizzy in a little bit of trouble. It's gonna be Shrapnel coming out, Sniper shows up, Zai's down, Yaps has to back away, does have the Shadow Realm, the Shrapnel's being placed. It's a turnaround look for the Sniper, and Blizzy will be able to get, no, he goes to TP instead.
Yeah, actually,
he could have got the kill, it's worth getting the kill instead.
It's worth, but you're giving some gold to Sniper, I suppose. Maybe that's what he's thinking. Because he would definitely die after. Like, it wasn't possible. The Dark Willow dies there if he attacks the beast. Kinda. I'm not certain. I think it would have been worth it for him at least. He would have gotten a lot of gold.
I mean, you give a little bit more to Sniper, but at the same time, you're a Willow. You can use this gold in the mid game reasonably well.
Yeah, of course.
Willow, and it slows down the beast.
Willow is one of those supports that definitely benefits from items.
XP as well, just getting a quick 6 would be good. Arc being slowed down here, Puppy has to back away again. They're trying to exploit the Grave Shield plus the Battle Hunger slows, but Shu always covers him. Oh,
actually, Puppy's gone.
Puppy's gone. Tries to Fairy Fire as well, and it doesn't make a difference.
I mean, you know what? I at least like the fact that Puppy is going all into Nuke. He's basically playing the good old Visage from 3 years ago or something, in which you would max out Soul Assumption. Because if you max out...
Crystallize, Denny's dead. Gonna cast the Farmer Arrow comes out, the Curse Crown will proc, but you can't kill him. Beautifully done by Crystallize. And get max value out of that creep he just ate.
Really good kill there.
NaVi are pressuring hard right now, and Secret are in a lot of trouble. It's like, it's only a 4K net worth lead, but it's the fact that this lineup is going to push and take all your towers quickly. And then where does your Dusa farm? Where does your Drow farm?
I mean, so far the biggest issue for me was this Puppy's Visage pick. Honestly, I don't see the value in the Visage as support, as they have mentioned on the panel.
The select lanes where it's decent, this is not one of them though.
Like, the only decent lane is if he's tri-laning. That's how I feel. If he's solo or if he's tri-laning, it's good. That means if he's a core or a hard position 5, which is going to be on a tri-lane, so that there's always enough damage for those nukes to come out, right? But when you're dual laning, you're just so weak. A Dazzle and Beastmaster lane that isn't even played right now. Lane that shouldn't be considered like strong, one of the top ones, just destroyed you. But to be honest, I really like this. The Dazzle with the poison touch max it's really good versus both the Axe and the Visage on this lane.
It's interesting because it's been pretty effective. Usually we see people get an early point in Shallow Grave, as you said. But when you do that, it means you can't really go for this split build between the poison touch and the healing wave. It's not effective enough.
I mean, I'm certain he would usually get it, but he's playing versus Axe as well, right? So that's a little bit of a problem. the axe with, I mean, what can you do? Like you grave someone, he's just gonna dunk you anyway. So it's a perfect counter to the grave.
And also, this kind of deals with any high ground woes they might have later on, because Weave is incredibly good for high ground pushes.
Definitely helps you versus Visage and Drow as well. That bonus armor.
That's true. Just nullifies the fact you're an agi hero that usually feels quite tanky.
We haven't really talked a lot about Medusa. She did really well against Arc's sniper on mid, and she has, like, no one was forcing her out of the lane. No one was contesting her, and it is a Dusa. And I don't know how. Look at this Arc Warden, just flying through the air a little bit.
Arc Warden fanboy. So as soon as we see an Arc, you are suddenly impressed. That's what's happening.
No, what's he doing here? Even that's.
Is that actually like I don't know? Is it like a taunt that lets you look like Spark Wraith?
He's flying. That's what he's doing.
Is that what he does with haste? Maybe.
I have no clue. Honestly.
You spam the hero and you don't know what haste looks like.
I have so many games with him, I can't remember.
They all just mesh together at this point.
Maybe it's when he summons the clone or something. I have no clue. Anyway, who's this big boy?
That's gonna be, is it Shaker? No, that's not Shaker, not the sword. It is. There we go. No, Ogre. I was gonna say, it's like there's no way Shaker does not have a sword in his back with a totem.
That's not an ogre either. It is somewhat of an
Why did I say an ogre? Well, he is an ogre himself, an alchemist.
So
Yeah.
you're right. But where is his little buddy on the?
Yeah, that's
back?
what I'm wondering. Is he leaning over the side or is he falling off? Because at first I was
So,
like, is
so
this
technically you are right.
It is an ogre.
It's only an ogre. There's no
There's
alchemist
the
there.
alchemist is
He's
the guy
gone.
riding him.
Yeah.
So, in all theory, and yeah, I'll take it. It's a win.
Is that a Lynx there? Look at how tiny he
He
is.
does look very small.
He looks like an upgrade for a cosmetic for a range creep. Basically, that's how he looks.
Oh, that's adorable. Looks like Clockwork's pet. I like it. Look at the smile on that shopkeeper.
Yeah, let's promote Secret a little bit here, right?
Just a little bit.
It's just a bit.
As long as you don't stick their emblem on the side of cars without permission, they'll be happy.
That smile from the shopkeeper as well. Look at him.
But like, to get back to thinking about the game, is the Deucer is doing well, but the big concern is there is a so what attached to it. The worry is that as the side NaVi, you're going to push high ground so quick, the Deucer might struggle to come online in time. She is decent for defending because she is so damn tanky. She just sticks herself in front. But it can backfire with the Primal Roar, with the damage the sniper's going to be dealing in this mid game. It's pretty scary.
It is. I mean, they have a lot of range potential on the side of Secret, though, so defending high ground. It's not great. They don't have the best wave clear, but it shouldn't be super hard for them either. I think their problem is the sniper that is having a really good game, and he's going to be able to outrange them all the time. So they need to find a way to jump him.
I guess you can highlight on the back of that the fact that the counter to the sniper in this game is the axe. And we're seeing him suffer quite a bit so far.
I mean, it's going to be difficult to just go on that sniper with the axe and jump him. It's not really an easy task for the axe. I'm not even certain. Maybe Shadowblade Blink after the Vanguard or something. I mean, after the Blink Shadowblade, perhaps.
It's
Not
hard to get the
certain, though.
value out of the Blink, though, right? Because you got Shrapnels to scout. You're going to have the birds from the Beastmaster scout. The vision game for NaVi is powerful.
It's strong again, yeah. The vision game is definitely very important. In the last game as well, they were all about visions. Like those leaves, tree ants, little spy trees were all over the map, and it just makes the game playable. It makes the game so much easier for NaVi. Look at that big boy.
Still waiting for the hats. One day we'll get them.
Hats for Roche?
Yeah, hats for Roche. Just all kinds. You know, like Santa hat, we already know about, but like top hats, monocles, let's go. I'm giving Valve ideas. Easy money intake.
Top hat and a monocle, yeah.
That sounds pretty good. Give him a cane as well. It's the, when he slaps, it's not with his
old
claw.
guy Roche.
No, gentleman Roche.
Gentleman
Give him a little
Roche.
tie. You can give him a full tux. I mean, it's not like people don't know what Roshan is. It's a bit hard to get it mixed up with like a golem from Warlock.
A big bulky Roshan with a tux and his muscles just popping through, like breaking through the tux. I could buy that. I would buy that. I like
So basically, you just want muscle man Roche.
that sounds good.
Give him dumbbells in his hands to smack people with.
he looks good as is, but
He looks good.
look at this dude.
He's got
chill.
tiny. Well, he skipped leg day, but look at the upper arms. He's been working.
This is your bench bro, basically.
Like, how does he even sustain? There's a reason he's leaning like that. He cannot stand up properly because his legs cannot support him.
Oh, is that a bat? Is that a bird?
Is it a bird?
It's
Is
a
it
bat.
a plane? It's a bat.
It's definitely a bat.
Definitely a bat. More bats. So many
More.
bats. But no Night Stalkers. We've had what, one Night Stalker through the whole tournament so far?
I mean, we've had one Night Stalker in the last 3 months of this game. Like, it's not picked anywhere.
Not even when Cottles get picked. That is a sure sign that Night Stalker might need a little bit of
Yeah,
treatment.
and Vincere actually managed to win with that
Yeah.
Night Stalker. That was
I mean, it
amazing.
wasn't as much because of the Night Stalker. though.
He did well. It wasn't.
He survived.
It wasn't because of him, definitely, but he did bring that aspect of the fear in the night. You know, you have to always be afraid of the Night Stalker as Drow Ranger. And
When he eventually gets enough.
on paper it looked like, all right, this is gonna get to minute 4, and then Night Stalker is gonna just run after Drow. But it's kind of hard when the hero is useless in the first 4 minutes. You don't even have a stout shield in the night. So.
I just love the fact that the moment we started moaning that the hero is underwhelming, there was just a crybaby. Perfectly timed.
Look at these.
There he is. Look, see?
Yeah. Here we go.
This one is described as, why did you nerf me?
That nerf on the Void, though, is so...
It makes him
big.
useless.
Yeah.
It makes him useless.
It's hard. Like, he has to be played as a core, but he's not strong enough for the core position either anymore. The hero is just dead.
Oh, look. I actually never noticed. That one has a sword on his side. Adorable little wards.
He's actually watching exactly towards that butterfly. Did you see that?
No, he's just posing. That's what he's doing.
He was
He's
looking at the
posing.
butterfly.
Posing.
Right.
It's just like an angled shot. He knew this was coming. He knew there'd be a long pause.
And this one looks a little bit
It's a bit creepy, actually.
creepy, yeah.
I see you coming. He's actually watching the Beastmaster as well. But we're back in the game. We're ready to continue.
Oh, we're back?
Yeah, we are.
Let's
We're
go.
back. Look, see, things are moving again. They're not just frozen on the spot. Runes are coming up.
No, he did look at that butterfly. That's his, actually.
Oh,
He's using his little sword to wave at him.
Oh, that's
actually so good.
yeah,
Yeah,
I thought some more wards.
I thought it was one of those butterflies that fly around in the game.
Now, Liz, when you play your games, I still need to go out and place the walls in normal spots, not get bored, and place them in your fountain so you can see the animation. All right? It's important. So they've actually stationed the supports mid on both sides. And this is more important for Yapsel right now. He needs that 6 as quickly as possible.
So the thing is, the top tier 1 has fallen, and because of that, Beastmaster can basically rotate anywhere he wants to. And if you leave Nisha on mid, perhaps a smoke happens with Beast plus Dazzle, and he dies. So it's much safer option for you to put that Dark Willow on mid, and she benefits also from that in levels. Exactly what we just
Exactly
called,
what's
right?
happening.
Yes.
But they're going. They know where the Deucer is. They don't want her, though. They want something easier. Or do they? Actually just saw a sharp mid as well. It's going to be broken. Promor's going to come out. They're trying to move forward quick enough. Have they got damage? Nisha going to get the gaze out, though, and they need to move away. This Assassinate Fruit going to get him low. Not low enough, though. And actually, the pings come out. Yapsel's slowly down his shrapnel. He's stuck here in the tree line. He will fall. And now they can take the tier 1. And this opens up the map even more for the side of NaVi.
I mean, they didn't kill Duza, but they're gonna take this tier 1, and I think you're kind of satisfied with that, and the fact that you killed the Yapsor. It's alright.
Just a bonus kill for the tower. That's all that's happening.
Well, honestly, I think NaVi is gonna take full control right now.
Oh, I agree. The thing is, Secret is somewhat safe for their Deucer with the triangle. It's very hard to get in there. Typically, you have to take the tier 1 and maybe the tier 2 bot because you always look to come in from the right side, so you have high ground.
Wait, I don't see the birds. The Visage, he has no ulti yet?
No, he still does not have ult. This is very, very late level 6 for Visage.
Yeah.
Like we said, you can get dumpstered on lane, but you kind of have to get 6 at a reasonable time. And there you go. They're up. That's a power spike for him.
Yeah, now with these birds, he's able to maybe split push, to maybe get some farm as well.
Oh, I like this. There's an Invis rune. If Drow gets on top of Crystallize and gusts him,
Yeah, they
kill
can get him. I think he denied that, though.
Okay. You know, screw that idea. Just go back to farming. It's not like your Deucer needs that try.
I mean, it's Drow, so it's kind of risky for him to go down the river. That's why, I suppose. Crystallize should be seen here.
He knows Puppy's nearby. But, like
Yeah,
you
he
said,
knows Puppy,
seen.
but Puppy had that sentry, so...
Yeah, but they're stacking up for a push. They understand that taking control of the map quickly is crucial here against Sedusa. Seneko is going to run
just
pretty
so
deep.
tanky, yeah.
That's going to be a D ward.
They could really use someone... They could really use a Crimson on the side of Navi. Anyone can buy it, but they don't really have a hero that really wants to buy it, so that's kind of problematic. Enemy Shrine 100% HP.
The Chinese casters are always so thoughtful. They give us the information we didn't know we needed. Oh, Bird almost died. They actually could get them now. TP coming in from Zai. Big Blink catching on to the 2, but they're going to run through him so quick. There's going to be a Terrorize to force them away, but that's not what you want. They move too fast. Zai going to get low. They need a final tap. They can't find it though. In the meantime, Ogre's going to go down. Oh, Primal coming in. They found the Drow, but Blizzy says too many targets. Puppy's going to get low. Assassinate's going to be there. Gaze has been used. Nisha has to use it to just walk away though. And as a result, it's a 1-for-1 trade, but Puppy's down. And
yeah,
he's definitely better for this defense.
Position 5 for position 5. I actually expected Sniper to die there, but with that blink, not... Oh, he's actually going for Crimson. I love this. So Beastmaster... See, man, I tell them to smoke, they smoke. I tell them to buy Crimson, they get Crimson.
He's just a front liner. It makes sense here. You don't need this Blink or Shadow Blade. You're pretty much 5-manning.
It's a really decent pickup versus the Drow.
Oh, cool coming out. That's catch on the Clinks. On the side, they're trying to get through Beastmaster, but he's pretty tanky. Assassinate's going to be there to force Yapzor away. Then leave with the silence, but just to move away as well. Actually, so far, Puppy dies again. On the side, Yapzor in a little bit of trouble. Assassinate should make him go pop. One more tap. The Axes get him.
And one bird died as well.
And meanwhile, on the line of Clinks, just still taking the tower the whole time.
Yeah, Crystallize is the stable one. He always goes for those objectives.
He's
you know?
committed.
Yeah, he actually went for one bird and one objective. Very nice.
Zai, he's been found as well. Arc just kiting him out. Too damn fast. Zai, too slow off the mark. He's going to die. Arc is taking control of this game quickly. I say that. Crystallize is top of net worth, but Arc is racking in the kills.
Nisha is really scary on that Uzi, and you should never just forget about him, honestly. This guy won so many games last year with this hero, and even this year they drafted it, I think, in that last tournament that they have won. So overall, don't rule them out just yet.
No, don't rule them out, but praise the fact that NaVi are reading the tempo correctly.
Definitely, they're doing all the right moves. They know that they're in front. They've read the fact that they've dominated the laning stage, and there's absolutely no reason for them not to kill
Puppy's
Puppy.
Deep.
One more time.
Crystallize, maybe a little trouble, stunned up. He can't attack and return the Primal Rolls there to get rid of Puppy, and Zai needs to run. Can they get on top of him quick enough? Probably not with the Battle Hunger there. Crystallize needs to kill something, he can't find the birds though. Maybe the second one, there you go.
Yeah, Yapzor is there just to throw a random Bramble Maze. That's it.
Zai is unable to do anything right now. They're forced to always overlap. As you saw there, they stunned up, which meant no spins coming out, no kill in the Crystallize.
Honestly, they're unable to do anything because they have no damage whatsoever. No burst damage, no follow-up with the attacks. Yeah, you have the Drow and the Duza, but those heroes are basically doing the same thing. They're farming, right? Right now, they cannot fight. So in this mid-game, you have a Visage Axe and a Willow. I mean, Willow with the Badlam can do a lot, but...
Dendi, assassinate! No! He gets out! Just in time!
That was so close, actually.
Oh, so close is an understatement. That was like 0.1 seconds, if that difference.
That was so close. 0.1 second close.
Lizzie,
right?
Lizzie? Found.
He does have
Crimson Guard already though at 16 minutes in. He's just going to try and walk it off. They can lock him down and stun him up. And is he going to be left behind? Crystallize thinking about turning around. The Bedlam's going to come out.
The
He's kill. Puppy's gone. Axe trying to move forward, but he can't. And Yapzor, no, this shrapnel's perfect. And Nisha, no man to work with. He's going to go down as well. He can't move away. Finally, the call comes out for Zai. This is the wrong move to make. He needs to get out now, but he can't. Assassinate's going to be there. Arc says, thank you very much. Pointless dunk achieves nothing.
The power of the high ground versus the Sniper and Clinks. And that shrapnel was so good. And not only the shrapnel, the Maelstrom just procced so many times in between them.
I mean, you saw it as well. It was unexpected. He didn't hear the shrapnel because so much was going on. You saw him call without being able to blink. And that was huge there because there is a potential turnaround if you get that off.
Yeah, if he managed to blink on high ground and call, that would be huge, definitely. He didn't, though.
Well, as a result of that, another tower falls. You got one out of tower remaining. And actually, NaVi could look up Roche soon if they want to. Come on the mid lane. Blizzy. Primal Roar comes out. Puppy's been found again. And they don't even need the assassinate.
Alright, some extra bursts to be farmed.
You know
There
what
we
this
go.
is?
Ulti that. Here we go.
There we go.
200
Full
gold. Yeah.
This is frustration at Puppey that like
Absorb.
the NaVi players like, why did you ever leave?
There we go.
Forced to fight here. Bedlam's gonna come out. Won't matter though. Dark Willow's down. Can't help out. Assassinate. Zai's so close to death, but he's still alive. You are running out of time on the side of Secret. What is your solution here? Because you have no art towers left. And actually, I think NaVi just goes straight to Roche.
They can. You can't really contest them. You don't have birds, so your position 5 is basically a creep. The Visage is absolutely useless right now.
He can give vision.
Yeah, maybe he can run in, give vision for the axe, and jump onto someone, but they're not even going to contest it, I think. That's what's going to happen.
Be totally honest. What can you do here?
I'm not certain. I don't see the minimap, but I'm pretty sure they won't contest this.
I mean, choose ping and stack harder. Stack harder, it's fine, they won't come. And they'll be able to get their hands on the Aegis. So Arc has a second life, and of course he is your primary high ground pusher. He doesn't have to be in range of tower. This is worrisome.
They are stacked up around that shrine, so perhaps they go for the bottom tier 1 and someone defends the high ground, and that's it.
Yeah, but
they
if you
just
do that, you're
scouted
gonna lose a
Nisha.
tower.
They know where Nisha is because of that bird.
They do indeed. They're looking to cut him off, maybe. Yeah, someone's going to come back to this. They're on the low ground, but they don't care. Nisha's leading the way. The bird spots him out. Blizzy moving in. Primal Roar's going to be there. No chance of Gaze coming out. Assassinate as well. He's going to fall. Nisha gone.
I mean, he read that, though. He read that perfectly. He knew what was happening. He was pinging on him, like on himself, as in, help me, guys. I'm going to die here.
I'm going to die in a few seconds. Why did you go there, then?
Maybe he needed to use the ulti at first. That could have saved him, but it was really rough.
Indeed it was. As a result, they're going to push in high ground now. Yap still needs to be careful. Assassinate there. No, Zai gets the call out, but it's not going to be enough damage. Finally, Arc down to half HP. The Terrorites force him away. He'll go down. That's only one life. They'll reset and go again. Zai's getting low here. And chase on. Nice gust coming out, but Arc's alive, and your Axe is not. You got 3 heroes dead now, and this is an easy push for the side of NaVi.
These are axes, actually. I don't think...
definitely are.
Yeah, like Duza and Drow, they can't have this. These are axes.
Absol forced back to the fountain to regen, which is from the Assassinate. It's definitely going to be one set of axes. The question is, will it be 2? Axes up in 20 seconds. I expect them to just take the gains from one lane and then bide their time.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to go for more. One side, and you go take the shrines.
There you go. They'll go out of the base. 15k net worth lead for NaVi. We're only 20 minutes in, and everyone expected Secret to assert dominance. Similar draft to game 1, but NaVi with these unexpected picks is paying off.
Yep. Unexpected good picks, while unexpected Visage position... Well, not so unexpected Visage position 5 is definitely not paying off. It can work, but in this particular game it definitely hasn't. And they itemized well versus him with Blizzy and the Crimson. They've played well against him, they dominated his lane, they stopped him from being able to pull and get his levels. And you actually did start with the Drow Visage lane. And I don't know what year you're living in or playing Dots in, but in 2018, that lane loses.
But Puppey and Dendy together. This can't be 2018. That's too far in the future.
Puppey and Dandy, Visage and Drow on the same lane.
They're sitting there going, remember when this used to work?
They're basically just reminiscing
They
good
are.
old times. Yeah,
He's remembering, he's like, I wish we were back there. And then Denny's like, why can't we be back there? And they're learning exactly why. It just doesn't work. Shramp's going to come out to zone them out. They see Yapsa again. You might just poke him with an Assassinate.
The glyph there also used just to protect the catapult. Like,
buys time. Satyr's going to go down, but the damage is slowly being already done. Arc doesn't give a damn. He's got the Hurricane Pike. Jump, misses, only catching on 1. No, Clinks. Held up. There's going to be a terrorist to force him away, but Clinks is frozen on the spot. But he's so damn tanky right now. BKB comes out. Crystallize ready to fight. The Primal's going to push back the Medusa. She's dead. And now Axe is going to fall down as well. Denny runs the high heels, leaves Puppey behind.
This is GG.
Abandon him again and again and again. And GG comes out.
NaVi,
as NaVi
NaVi.
game 3 very quickly. And this was not expected. Some people
did say the draft was lacking, right? Some people. I won't name
there
anyone.
may have been some criticism. There was a big focus on what Secret needed to do to end, but for like NaVi, it was very simple. It's just push quickly. Just push quickly. Winning lanes, of course, important, but
it wasn't push quickly. That wasn't the plan. I mean, yeah, you're playing versus Duza, and that has to be in your head. But first and foremost, you win the lanes. And
yeah.
I mean, as much as it's NaVi's win, right, with the Dazzle and Beastmaster, it's also the fact that they were playing versus Drow and Visage. So
and
I'm
it was
not
a support Visage, yeah.
I'm not certain if that lane. I mean, I haven't seen. It's an old lane, by the way. I've seen it before, the Dazzle plus the Beastmaster, but I haven't seen it in such a long while, like at least 8-9 months. So I don't know. Is it the draft from Secret, or is it just Navi's victory?
You know, it's the kind of questions that we asked the panel, because they all talk about Secret. Well, now you guys are forced to talk about NaVi. Let's see what they think.
Place your bets at gg.bet. Most popular esports titles. Deposit with convenient payment options. Cool mini games. And 24/7 support for players. Sign up now for the best esports bets at gg.bet.
Virtus.pro are joining the Brawl. For the first time in this season, the full roster of Bears will be playing against Team Spirit at the Maincast Autumn Brawl.